Uh, this is our first stream campaign, Finding Purchase, set in the world of Tal'Dorei Reborn. These crazy characters, and I mean my friends, not just their characters, will be trying to make their way through the heist adventures and the keys from the Golden Vault. Let's meet the cast.
Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. My name's Justin. I can't do this anymore. I'm Justin. I'm a network engineer, and I'll be playing your cleric. I hope you really enjoy our show and get into all sorts of shenanigans with us.
Hi, everybody. My name's Daniel. My preferred pronouns are he, him. By day, I'm a healthcare data analyst and freelance writer. And I've been playing D&D in some form or another since the classic Red Box days, late 1970s, early 1980s. And when I'm not gaming or working or spending time with my lovely wife Leslie, I'm an actor in the local theater community. I count cooking, animated films, and rooting for South Florida-based sports teams amongst my greatest passions. And I will be playing Garrick Stillbraid in our adventures. And I want to thank you all for coming on this journey with us. I hope you have a great time.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott. Preferred pronouns he, him. I'm a college professor, lighting designer, and production manager. I've been playing RPGs since the early 80s and currently involved in far too many campaigns as both a DM or a player. I'm also an avid board game player. Now, when not nerding out with friends, I love to cook and I also love to go hiking. For this campaign, I'll be your DM, and I'm really looking forward to sharing all our dicey decisions with you.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'll be playing Ashrina this campaign. I've only been playing D&D for a couple of years, but I absolutely love it. I'm super excited for you guys to join us on this, what I'm sure will be a chaotic journey.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm an environmental science teacher on the material plane. I'm so honored to jump into this group with these amazing people, and bringing Sliver to life is going to be a real pleasure and a joy. Thanks for coming with us.
I'm Sean. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Kid the Rogue. I've loved playing games since I was old enough to sneak downstairs to the basement and watch my parents playing Treasures of Tarmon on the television, so pretty much my whole life. I'm really excited to have this opportunity to play games and tell stories with my friends and to share that with all of you.
So there you have it. Now grab a beverage of choice, maybe a snack, and enjoy all the dicey decisions that we make as we roll into tonight's episode of Finding Purchase. Microphone's up.
Thank you.
Is it too late to say balls?
No, say balls.
Never too late.
Are we live? We're live, aren't we?
We're totally live.
Perfect. Hey, everybody. We're in Dicey Decisions. Welcome back. Sorry, we're a little late this evening. Had to make some adjustments for our streaming, but hopefully things are going to be fine and dandy. Welcome. This is our 15th episode.
15th episode.
15th episode. So we're super excited. Thanks for joining us. And or if you're watching this later on YouTube, thanks for joining us.
And you should watch us live on Twitch.
But watching us live on Twitch is Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. So
Usually.
It lets you interact with us.
Yeah, and these guys love to talk trash in the chat, which I get to watch after it's all said and done, and see all the nasty things they've typed about me.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I didn't do a deftly count.
Yeah, I've been very careful not to use that word since that episode. Because I use deftly a lot.
Dexterously.
Yeah.
Nimble.
It wouldn't have been as big a deal if it mixed up every now and again, but it was every attack was deftly dodged. I'm like, that's one.
Yep.
I mean,
I deserve it.
That also is how many times we missed.
Yes.
I deserved it. Okay, so
did we apparently.
So let's get started. Our characters here have returned to the city of Amman after a successful mission in the village of Lockford, a deep gnome village in across the country in the mountains. They were able to successfully enter the city, which was being terrorized by its own security force of automatons and a delusional deep gnome who thought that turning themselves into an automaton was the right thing to do and the wave of the future. It drove her mad, and in her madness, she turned on her own village. And luckily, the team was able to get in, shut down all the automatons after only having to fight a few of them. In amongst the village, however, they did run across a long lost father, as it were, of Ashrina, who they left him in the jail cell they found him in for the town to deal with, as the town wished after several confrontations of an emotional nature. Upon leaving, the team was able to make their way back to the city of Amman and have found themselves back in the city for a little bit of rest and relaxation. What does that look like to each of you?
Ooh, I know I'm a big piece of shit because I definitely said at the end of last session that, oh, I want to go shopping. I'll send you a list of the things I'm looking for, and did not do that at all.
Uh-huh,
So,
uh-huh.
That's what
That's
happens
okay.
when you don't have a strong father figure in your life.
Too soon.
you know,
Fair enough, but shopping can happen, of course, if there's some ideas that you can come up with quickly. We can
I know a
figure
couple of
something
people had some ideas at the end of last session.
I know somebody's got a big chunk of change that he needs to go spend. But I want to go to Gilmore's, and I
out.
want to bring the belt with us.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I'd like to go to Gilmore's and bring the belt with us, and talk to Airstone guy.
Excellent.
Terrible. I don't remember his name.
Earstone guy, I like it.
It's a shame that we don't have like a Google Doc to keep track of NPCs.
That's not my job.
It's
He has a lot of. I mean,
collaborative.
if it makes you feel better, Ashrina, he has a lot of customers and probably doesn't remember your name.
And his name is Simon.
I wasn't going
I'm-
to give it to you. You guys are going to have to come up with it.
It's
We're
Simon.
just gonna
the
call him
employee of
Airstone
Gilmore's
guy for
Glorious
the rest of
Goods,
my life.
owner of Airstone Pros. It's right there under the section that says NPCs.
You want to know what's really funny is I wrote that note.
I knew you did.
That's funny.
I got too many documents. Okay,
That was so many Fridays ago.
I know.
Tarlin would definitely want to check in on the inn.
Oh, should do that too.
Okay.
He also wants to pull Ashrina's mom aside.
Okay. So you check in on the inn, and you find that your new maitre d', as it were, is successfully keeping business afloat. You know, he greets you with a nice warm towel and a cold beverage when he sees you come in, and says, things have been running well. I have the numbers in the ledger if you need to look anything over, sir. It is all well and good.
Excellent, excellent. Everything's in shape. You're doing a fine job.
Thank you.
Have you seen Miss Gemmender around?
I believe she was making dough for the pies downstairs.
Excellent. I'll head down and talk to her. If you could, if Ashrina comes by, don't tell her where we're at for a moment until I come back up.
Should I keep her out of the basement then?
Yes, do what you can to keep her out. It's nothing serious, nothing nefarious. I just want to have a conversation with Miss Gemender without Ashrina knowing about it.
Of course, of course.
Nothing nefarious, just sneaking around.
Just sneaking around.
With her mom. Sharina's out shopping. You know.
I mean, I got to get my rent somehow.
Disgusting.
Wow.
How do I
role
ban
playing that.
Pierre?
I'm not role playing that.
Do we pray to talk to Joe? Is that how we get a hold of him?
But you do find her downstairs.
I would just want to, somberly approach her and say, I want to apologize.
She dusts her hands off and she looks at you like very scared.
Is everything okay?
I just tell me she's okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh God. Oh. Every time you leave, I worry about her so much.
Oh, she's the most clear-headed of us all. If anyone's going to survive, she's going to do it out of sheer stubbornness.
Well, she comes by that naturally.
It's that naturally that I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
We ran into her father.
Oh.
And he's presently in the Underdark, working as a miner. I have paid the security there fairly well to ensure that he stays there. There were threats that if Ashrina or any of us saw him on the surface, that would be the last day he drew breath.
He didn't hurt her again, did he?
I think he tried in his ways, not physically, but through his words. But she has a good found family now, and again, she's going to be bleeding on the floor and look at her veins and say, "Stop it," and somehow survive. So, no, I'm bringing this to you because she may not, and she might need motherly love that she doesn't express. Maybe an extra hug, maybe a cup of tea. Unfortunately, we're not perfectly close. We're associates, we're friends. She calls me her best friend, but she might need her mom.
Well,
And
I really appreciate you telling me.
I tried to convince him to hang himself. He didn't take to it.
She looks at you as you say that, and you could see there's a slight smile, not on her face, but behind her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
She says, if she'd have just hit him a little harder.
Yeah, if I wasn't constantly being watched by the Dawn Father and my late husband, I may have taken my holy symbol off and beat him to death with my bare hands for the way he talked to her.
And you see she kind of shivers a little bit at that. She says, well, he's not nearby, is he?
Oh no, far underground. And nowhere near this location. And he was barely sober enough to string together 2 sentences. He doesn't know where you're at. He doesn't know how to find us. And not only do you have her found family here, but the entire network is going to be made aware that this person is not to come anywhere near this inn.
I appreciate your candidness, and
You're a good mother. She's a good daughter. She's a great friend, and I love having you all here as much as I give her grief about it.
Well, it does a mother proud to realize that she has made such a strong bond with you all. And I know the work that she has chosen to do is dangerous, and I worry. But I also know the work she has chosen, she is driven to do, and is important work.
Well, I can promise you I may not be good at very many things, but I'll ensure that she does not come to serious harm. I am blessed by the Dawnfather to close wounds and use divine magic, and I'll let the rest of them bleed on the floor before I let harm come to her.
She kind of reaches, takes your hands, and hers are covered in flour, and she kind of apologizes, but she still does it. And she says, I can't thank you enough for everything.
I mean, you're keeping the place open. It's your food that keeps everyone happy. It's a pleasure having you here. Now I need to catch up on some bookkeeping. Have a good night. Day. I don't even know what time it is. We've been on the road so long.
Get some rest.
Thank you.
And you can tell that she has got an air of concern, but also there's some sense of relief in her.
Cool. Ha! Got you, Amanda.
All right. So the trip to Gilmore's. Who is going to Gilmore's?
And me, I'm for sure going.
All right. And Garrick is going as well. All right. So Ashrina and Garrick, you make your way to Gilmore's. You do see that dusting the shelves is Simon. And there's kind of like a little kind of like lilt in his step as he's doing it. He's just kind of like dancing around, dusting the shelves with a feather duster.
Oh, how do we get his attention without scaring the absolute piss out of this man? Trina will do her best to like stomp her feet as she walks over, trying to like make any sort of noise that he can hear.
All right. He's just dancing. He's just absolutely dancing.
I just tap him on the back.
Oh, Jesus. And he takes
Buddy.
out the little stones out of his ears.
One, you can just wear one, and then people won't sneak up on you.
Oh man, but then you don't get the whole stereo effect. This one band that I like, they put stuff in some side. Some comes in this ear, and then some comes in this ear. It's amazing.
Interesting.
Is that the Rolling Gnomes? I love them.
I'm gonna throw up. That was really good.
That was good.
Damn it.
I went on the shopping trip just to say that pun. And
yeah. So how can I help you?
I have a couple of things. Garrick, did you want to go first since you know what you want?
Yes, I take a huge bag out of my pack and just drop it on the table, and smirk and say, "I believe you have a sword for me."
Oh yes, you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. He pulls it out of the back. It's in the nice case that I had described before, and opens it up for you. Shows it to you.
Ready. I pick it up, test its weight.
It's beautiful.
Oh right, I bought plate armor.
I thank him, and to show my appreciation for him getting this as quickly as he did, because he said he had to go get it. I'm going to give an extra 50 gold as like a personal tip.
Oh, why? Thank you.
I
That's
appreciate it.
amazing. I appreciate you. Wow. You could tell he's probably never been tipped that massively before.
You think of it as a percentage; it's really all that much. I think.
Right. For you, it's not a lot.
Well, I
But
mean, I'm thinking about the percentage of the total cost.
sure.
It's like, but 50, yeah, for him. But yeah, now that I've got that, and I start strapping it on, and make
He
sure
could
everything
keep an
feels.
idiot in jail for 10 years.
All right. And you, ma'am.
Yeah. Are you the only one who works here?
I mean, no, there are others.
Oh. Do you ever get do they give you vacation time? You're here every time that I've been here.
He just kind of looks at you, and he's kind of make an insight check.
Oh, my page won't. There it goes. Insight. How about a 4?
So he looks at you very awkwardly.
I'm
Since you're there, Garrick, you can also make an insight check.
I'm not trying to get rid of you by any means. I'm just trying to make sure that, your workers' needs are being met.
That's a 7.
Oh, yes. I'm not overworked by any stretch of the imagination. I love this job. It's great. Look at all this cool shit around here.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
but do you get to test it all out?
I mean, sometimes occasionally they let me sample some of the new batches of potions. And sometimes I get sick to my stomach, but
Imagine.
sometimes it's a lot of fun. Like the other day, I got turned really, really small.
Ooh.
It was so cool.
Smaller than me?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's small.
Yeah.
I mean,
What the hell, Garrick?
sorry, I just kind of slipped out.
Well, good.
Actually, that's tiny.
Ugh.
Someone had to rules layer it.
I'm glad that, your job has good benefits, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Hmm.
It's good.
That's good. Well, work-life balance and all. It's important.
Well, sure.
Does your shop by any chance deal in magical repair?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. I will pull the belt out of my purse and kind of hand it over to him. So this belt produces a magic force
It looks like
shield.
it got a little wet.
Yeah. That's
And
what I'm wondering if you guys would be able to fit.
and stick is that alchemist fire on that?
No. Not alchemist fire. We took the belt off before the alchemist fire. It's whiskey, I
Oh,
believe.
okay.
I think you're
Yeah,
correct.
it is whiskey.
It's funny,
And confirmed.
you can confuse alchemist fire and whiskey pretty easily. They have similar properties, and he just starts geeking out about the chemical compounds that go into alchemist fire and how it's like alcohol. And
Have you drank alchemist fire before?
That's what I was
no,
going to
but I
ask him.
bet you could get really messed up on it.
I feel
I'm
like
not-
that'd be kind of dangerous.
It
Yeah,
looks like he wants to try it.
I wouldn't.
No,
I have one.
Is this
You do.
character modeled after Corin?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Go on.
Okay, well, do you think you'd be able to fix it?
I mean, I don't know that I could, but I bet the boss could. I mean, I can get it cleaned up and see if it'll work cleaned up, but if there's something that has to be re-enchanted back to it, it might need some other more experienced arcane knowledge than I've got.
And how much would that cost?
Well, it really would kind of depend on the repair, but you guys are great customers. And he kind of looks over at Garrick and, kind of smiles and nods. He goes, "You guys are great customers. I tell you what, we'll take a look at it. And next time you come by, we'll give you the estimate free of charge. We'll look at it free of charge."
Why are you only looking at him? I've bought a sword and a dagger from you. And a bunch of potions.
No, I know, but he just gave me a huge tip. I'm sorry. I said y'all were great customers. You all are. But I mean, he just gave me 50 gold. That's a lot.
That's
He's
blood
got you
money.
there.
Blood money?
Well, no, it's a down payment for the blood the sword will spill, so technically she's right.
Well, sure, but I didn't do anything to
No.
make it blood money.
No, I'm just
No.
giving you a hard time.
Oh.
I really like you. You're a cool dude.
He looks at you with that same odd look again.
Are you okay?
I'm just wondering are you hitting on me?
No, you're not my type.
Oh, okay. I was just going to be nervous. No one
Have
ever.
you
You ever
like
been hit on before?
disappointed or relieved? I can't tell.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a great question.
This is really awkward, really fast.
I didn't
You
ask him that. I'm
started
asking
it.
Scott that.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
asking Scott that.
Yeah, can we
Yes.
like insight whether or not he's disappointed that I'm not into him?
Yes, go ahead and make an insight roll.
14?
Ashrina, he is definitely both mixed relief and disappointed.
It is Corin.
You do carry a sword the size of you around. I mean,
Yeah.
you.
Listen,
Named Stabitha.
I have Stabbington, okay?
I have Stabitha.
My
You're
bad.
not gonna name my sword.
I can't tell them apart.
Sexists.
One has truck nuts.
Right.
I still hate it here.
The fuck? Truck
This
nuts
reminds me, I need to be
kill me?
working on my cart.
Yeah.
Jacking it up on the writ, like even further up.
I think I'm gonna name my sword Stabulous.
Ooh. Very
Um,
nice.
So yeah, he says, no, I don't mean like, I thought you might have been like flirting with me at first. I was very confused, but you know, it's okay if you're not, it's okay if you are. I don't know how to do any of this. I'm really awkward. Sorry.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, that explains a lot.
What does that mean?
Just you're young.
Garrick looks over at Ashrina when she says that. Like, not sure
I
how to
don't-
take
don't-
what she just said.
Don't look at me funny. You still haven't called that girl back from the museum.
Yes, I have. I saw her at the church.
But did you talk to her?
A little bit. Then we had to leave again.
You're missing out, buddy. Think she wants it.
Wants what?
A good time.
He would like to share a cup of tea, I think.
Oh,
Poetry reading.
Yes, that's too.
oh, poetry.
Don't you read?
Well, yeah. But I've never.
I don't know. I feel like
Ashrina's cock blocking Garrick right now.
how am
Also
I
not my
cock
type.
blocking Garrick?
So Simon says, "Look,
Nobody's hitting on Simon.
we don't want any. I'm sorry this even came up. My apologies. I misread your compliments, and Sorry.
Word of advice.
Uh-oh.
Not every compliment is creepy unless it's from a man.
I'll take that into account.
Mhm.
All right.
And never tell people to smile.
Yeah, no, that's never.
What if never?
Never.
You should never tell someone that they should smile more.
But what if you're like posing for? I mean, we posed for a family portrait, and my mom
Okay,
yelled at me to
there
smile.
are always exceptions.
Okay, it's a little different, but we're getting into semantics here.
Hey, you
You
Listen,
met us.
Hey, listen. You seem really knowledgeable in this area. Could you maybe coach me?
hmm. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Bring
Can
your
this be
copy
the
of
entire episode tonight? Because I just want to watch.
Yeah, is this where Ashrina just hangs it up from the adventuring
is
life
like-
and puts out her shingle as the relationship therapist?
I can't wait to be
Suddenly,
a
we're in an episode
matchmaker.
of Queer Eye. It's
Just,
weird.
just puts a sign out on the cart. Just you
Oh,
guys are on
And
your
he's
own.
like, and he's like, I mean, if you'd be willing, like, I mean, I could pay you to help me.
how about
Ashrina.
steep discounts on magical items?
And that gets me in tight with, I mean, that puts me in a situation with the boss. So,
Okay.
I mean, if you
Listen.
keep tipping me like this, I can put the tips towards this discount. Like, we could work out something,
No.
but
Listen. You and me, we're friends, right?
sure. You tell
Friends.
you could tell insight 0. He says sure, he doesn't know. He has no idea whether you're actually friends or not.
That's smart.
Friends get advice for free.
So if I saw a woman that I thought was really pretty, what do I say? I know you said what not to say and things like that, but what do I say?
Is it a person you know? Or are you just thinking just out in the wild? Like you're just out in wherever?
There's a girl who works at the bakery down the street. So I kind of know her. I stop in there for baked goods all the time.
Good start.
Not the pen and paper. Oh, well, have you talked to her before?
I mean, I've gone in and ordered, rolls and bread and things.
Hmm.
I haven't really like introduced myself or anything because I didn't think that was appropriate. She's at work, which is why I was very confused about the whole complimenting me thing. Anyway,
So here, God, I can't believe I'm actually suggesting this. 'Cause this could be construed as really creepy. But if you're worried about talking to her while she's at work, have you noticed what time she gets off work?
Absolutely not. I hate this conversation.
I mean,
I'm getting mixed messages.
basically, what I'm saying is, see if you can just. I understand you're at work. If she's at work, and I know you're at work, you kind of like in the business mode, so you may be more guarded. But if you were to bump into her outside of the bakery and just say hello, that's a start. If I'm not even saying you have to like be chat her up or like try to like hit on her, as you were saying. Just say hi. So she sees you as a person out in the world more than just a customer, because that barrier can cause awkwardness.
Got it.
But yeah, not doing that at work makes sense, because that's kind of like a safe environment for her to like do what she needs to do to make her living, and you don't want to encroach on that if she does not return the feelings, because then what'll happen is you won't feel comfortable going into the store again.
Yeah, and I really like those bagels they have.
Whatever you do, please don't linger outside her place of business waiting for her to get off.
Yeah, that's not a good thing either.
Okay.
Like, you want to be the least creepy you possibly can be. Honestly, I would say if you go in there pretty often to get coffee, bagels, I don't know, strike up a conversation. It's pretty easy, especially when they're selling a variety of things, to go in and be like, hey, what would you suggest? And then,
So
I
if
don't
I
know.
went in and I'd be like, hey, could you tell me about your muffins?
That's
Speaking
not
of
so
bagels,
bad.
maybe
Like, hey,
maybe
what
stick to
is
the bagels.
like what kind of as long as you don't ask her to butter them for you.
Oh, yeah, that's too much.
And if they have biscuits, don't ask about biscuits.
Tell me about your muffin.
I hate that.
I
I really hate that.
All right, I think I have a plan.
okay. Just
Does it
be
involve coughing your lungs up? Because that's my plan.
I tell you what, I
just be
will come
yourself.
back. You guys come back in a week, and I'm going to make a commitment to you as my friend. And he kind of stops and looks at you and make
give
sure
him-
that he said that the right way.
Give him the
You as
finger
my friend,
guns.
I will make this commitment to you. I will approach her and try to say something this week.
Yeah.
And it'll take about a week for the boss to look over your belt. And so if you come back in a week, I think we'll have an answer for you on that. Is there anything else you guys are looking for today?
I know it's only been a couple days since the last time we were in here. I mean,
It's been about
and
a
we
week with travel.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, a week's still not that long. Considering how expensive the store is.
Sure.
I was wondering if you had happened to find any more cool stuff. Anything new?
It's been
Maybe something wearable?
it's been kind of slow. There is
I think last time I was here, I put in a request for maybe something that made me go fast.
oh right. Yeah, I had that nothing like that's come through.
Okay.
Nothing like that's come through yet. But wearable, you say?
Derek kind of
Yeah.
perks up when she says that. He's
Not
listening.
shoes.
Right.
Some
right.
shoes wouldn't be bad, depending on.
Well,
if they-
okay, maybe shoes for the big guy over here. But I
Depends on-
got some cool little shoes.
You do.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Um,
you get something that makes you go fast so I can get those cool shoes.
There's this lovely brooch, that holds your cloak together.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And it's a nice floral pattern brooch in a case, and its magical properties give you resistance to force damage, and it also allows for you to be completely immune to the spell Magic Missile.
Oh, interesting. How much does that cost?
It's 500 gold pieces.
A little steep.
Yeah.
But, and you didn't happen to get another dagger, right? Like, I think that was also on my shopping list.
No, not another returning dagger. Sorry.
That's okay. That's a-okay. Well, honestly.
What about rings or cloaks? You mentioned a cloak, a brooch for the cloak, but I kind of need a cloak if I'm going to need that brooch.
I don't know that I've ever run into somebody who can cast Magic Missile.
Now that you say that, though.
Everyone's going to be able to cast Magic Missile. You can't cast Magic Missile.
Bad guys, Magic Missile.
I can wave
Arabian
my wand
Rockfist,
around
Magic
and Magic
Missile.
Missiles
That
come
cat
out.
down the street, believe it or not, Magic Missile.
He does
I
have
have
a
7
wand of
uses
magic
a day.
Are you going to aim them at me?
I mean, how many times are you going to stab me in the ribs?
How many times are you going to scare me? That was your own fault.
We should smile more.
How many times are you going to stand
Get
a
out
runic
here.
circle
I'll
in the middle
stab you.
of a forge?
He says, I've got this amazing cloak. Uh, it's not super powerful, but what it can do is kind of interesting. And he pulls it out, and currently, he says, uh, "It's a little garish in its form, but trust me on this." And he shows
Whoa!
you he shows you this cloak, and
Dang!
um, he says, "Now, the wearer can make it look like anything they want it to. You can change the style, the color, quality. It's still a cloak, but it could be a beggar's cloak, or it could be a, king's cloak, or it could be a whatever you want."
And you
Holocaust
changed
cloak?
like the. If only we had that. Can you change like the pattern on it?
Yeah, you could change whatever pattern you could come up with. You could think of that. It's still going to be a cloak. It's going to be shaped the same ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to only function as a cloak. It's not going to change the clothes underneath it, but I could see uses for that, quite frankly. It's not that expensive. It's only 100 gold pieces.
I look over to Shrina. Go, were you interested in that?
I'm not. I feel like if you aren't interested in it, I I know a child who would
Well, I
be.
was thinking we should get it for Sliver because that's definitely his shtick.
This boy's so spoiled.
Honestly, as much as I would love to wear it, I think he could actually make practical use of it.
Probably.
Um,
Probably.
you know what? I'll just buy it. 100 gold.
Excellent.
Y'all are really bad at haggling. That's going to be our other lesson, not with the shopkeeper. I'm going to teach y'all how to haggle.
I dropped it in your inventory there, Garrick, if you want to remove the 100 gold pieces.
I did.
Hey, Simon,
Yeah,
do you guys sell fishing poles, or would I need to go to Gnome Depot for that?
I think
Like
that's
magical fishing poles?
a magical fishing pole.
What are you
Let me
trying
check
to
the
catch,
back.
Shrina?
Huh?
What are you trying to catch?
A predator.
All right, Chris Hansen.
I was going to say it's a Chris Hansen fishing pole. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking, it might be, we do a lot of, how do I put this in a way? We do a lot of catching of things, and it might be easier to be less, whatever. We'll talk about it later, Garrick.
Okay. He
He,
genuinely looks confused.
he comes out of the back. He's like, "No, we don't have anything like that here."
Okay.
Hey, well, if you run into a magical fishing pole, let me know.
I'll write it on the list.
I got a long list. Got a lot for you
Well,
to
I
find.
mean, if we find it, we're happy to. Or sometimes the master like hears an idea and he just goes in his workshop and then he comes out with the new thing.
Okay, okay. I'd love,
What would you want this fishing pole to do
I'd
besides catch
like it,
fish?
I'd like it to be able to say, like, I don't know, one, I need something collapsible, something that
Got
can
it.
be small and then be big. That would
Okay.
be fantastic.
I know that he knows that magic. He turned me small the other day.
Yeah. Well, and I would need it to be, like, pretty consistent that I could, you know, uh, make it big and small and whatever. And it would also be really helpful if, like, there was a way for it, like, what is the line? the line, the hook, the bobber to kind of be like undetectable or not visible.
How would the fish get the bait if they couldn't see it?
You know, sometimes that's not necessarily important for fish. Some
Alright.
fish can just sense it. But also think about this. You put a worm on an invisible hook. They don't see the hook. They just see a worm.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
That might be the best fishing product. Boss is gonna love this idea.
Listen, if he makes one, I'll prototype it. Like I'll test it out. It's my idea.
Well, yes, fair enough. Fair enough. Um, yeah, I'll definitely bring that up to the boss. And
Let-
you're a Shrina, right?
Yeah.
He writes that on the list next to it. to
If he
make sure.
wants to like have a whiteboarding session about, you know, how that might work, he can usually find me at the Bright Vagabond. Sometimes I have my cart in the square, like usually Wednesday mornings.
I mean, he just magically draws in the air. He doesn't use whiteboards anymore, but
Oh,
I know what you mean.
yeah. Cool. All right. And Simon,
Yeah.
if you ever want to just hang out and chat, I'm usually at the Bright Vagabond. If I'm not there, I'm probably out of town.
Is that the place that sells the really good apple pie?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
I've heard about that. I'm gonna come. I'll see you there,
Okay,
friend.
friend.
Okay.
One last
And I
question,
just-
Simon, before we go.
Uh-oh.
This girl at the bakery.
Yes.
Do you know her name?
I think I've overheard them call her Susan or Susie or something. I don't know. I probably should learn that.
Yeah, that'd be step one. Yes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I didn't want to get too close, so like,
Oh, no, of course not. But hey, you is not a great opener.
okay, that's
Yeah.
a good tip.
See if they have like a name tag or something.
Detect thought spell.
No, don't do that. You're not here.
there. He's got scrolls of that right there.
Absolutely not. All right. Well, Simon, have a great night. And then she's just gonna finger gun her way out of the store.
All right.
And then she's immediately gonna run, like go sprinting to go find Sliver.
Okay.
She
Yeah,
just leaves Garrick behind in the dirt.
That's right. Garrett kind of folds the cloak up so it's like in a presentable package, so he can like just hand it to Sliver.
Okay.
And he turns to Simon before he leaves and says, "Not gonna get any of this right now, but I am on the hunt for special, interesting shields." Just the
He says, "I know that the master does enchant existing shields. That one looks kind of special to you."
Yeah,
So,
it is. I've had it for 5 years now.
So you might think about what you want enchanted to the shield and possibly get a price for that, because I I work with a lot of adventurers coming and going, and they always kind of like their gear that they've got
Yeah.
some history with,
Mhm.
and personal items, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, here's this new shiny thing, but then they have to leave their old thing behind, and well, the bosses wants to like make sure that you still feel that nostalgia, right?
Mhm.
So he'll enchant your personal items. You don't have to be missing it too long, especially if he knows and can do all the preparation ahead of time.
Okay. Good to know. I will be back
Excellent.
to explore that. Thank you. And good luck with Susan.
Let's just call her S for now until I
For
figure
now, until you're for sure. Yep. Okay.
Her name's Amy.
it out.
Sliver.
Sliver was doing his errands. He's fairly easy to find if you know which streets he's on. Hey, Mr. Shrina, what's wrong? Put a smile on that face.
I knock whatever's in his hand onto the ground.
Hey. Oh, man. My girlfriend's going to be really pissed.
You don't have a
She just,
girlfriend?
yeah, I think I'm going to be dating that Susanna in the bakery I work in. I start
No,
picking up.
absolutely not. Listen, I actually had a question for you about a girl at the bakery.
Yeah,
It's not like
Susanna.
me to meddle in the life of others.
Oh, by the way, Sliver's face is all cut up,
Make a deception
and he
check.
seems
Ashrina.
pretty happy. So, okay, what do you need?
I had some questions. Do you know a girl at the bakery named Susie or Susan or
Yeah, Susanna. What about her?
okay. Um
Yeah, she's really kind of, I think she really likes me.
no.
What do you mean?
No. You're a child.
To be fair, Ashrina, we don't know how old Susanna
She,
is.
she's 18. What do you, well,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is kind of old. But yesterday was my birthday, so I'm only 2 years away.
In 2 years we can talk. In the
Well,
meantime, um can you like put in a really good word with Susanna about Simon, the shopkeeper?
no. Why would I do that?
I'll give you a
On
I'm,
present.
himself.
what? Why? What? What are you talking about?
Listen, Simon's really nice, okay? And you are out of town far too often. You're too busy for a girlfriend. And I don't think your dad would like that.
My dad.
Master Dad Wadwick.
Oh. Yeah, I thought you meant my dad. No. Uh, Master, well, they say sometimes, what you don't know can't hurt you, or I don't know what the saying is, but he doesn't need to know. I mean, he's given
I'm
me
gonna
some
tell him.
freedoms. I'm real.
Don't you dare. Who are you and what have you done with Sliver?
I'll tell him.
Why would you do that? It's
Listen,
hard, it's hard enough to find happiness in this
What the
damn world.
fuck
Why
is
would you
going
do
on
that
here,
to him?
Garrett?
What's up?
What's going on here?
listen, I'm just trying to set up my new friend Simon with Susanna, whatever her name is. Lady at the bakery.
And
We'll find you a nice lady, but like you're too
she's
young to
really
be
cute.
dating right now. I know, but
I'm 16. I just told you
that's
yesterday was my
illegal.
birthday. What is?
Is it?
I don't know what the age laws are in Tal'Dori, but I'm gonna just
Well,
go
I could
off
get
the
married if I want to.
assumption
But
that it's
all
illegal.
right, I tell you what, I'll lay off Susanna if you help
Phrasing.
me. I saw this really cute girl in the Alabaster Lyceum. She looked like she was like carrying all kinds of stuff for one of the mages in there, and she looked like she could need some help, and she just looked so nice.
Is that
Could you
why
give me
is that why you
tips on how
shaved?
to meet it? Yeah, you see, it looks good, right? I had to clean
Is
all up.
is Sliver currently wearing a cloak?
No,
Um, honey,
You're
did you shave your face with like nothing on it? Like
it's my
no
first time.
balms or
What do you think?
lotions? Oh.
you can
Um,
tell. Yeah.
hey, when we get back to the BV, we're gonna go into the cart.
The what?
The BV.
Veto.
uh when we get back, we're gonna go into the cart and I will find you a balm or a lotion that will help with the cuts on your face so that that doesn't happen the next time you shave.
Oh, it won't. I should have sharpened the razor. It was an old one.
Oh, that's how you get infection and ingrown hairs. Oh,
Well,
buddy.
oh, okay, yeah, I'll take any help you can give me
Yeah.
because I need tips on how to get this person. How do I meet her? The one in the Alabaster Lyceum. Oh, she's so cute.
Step number one is to catch her eye, and I have just the way to do that.
I know I
Mm,
can just kind of wait and see when she gets off of work and then go walk up and talk to her.
what is it with the men in my life just wanting to stalk everyone?
No, it's not
Well, how
stalking.
else
Stalking would be to follow her
meet her?
home. That would be stalking.
Ooh,
If he
I
just
could
happens to approach her to
probably.
say hello, that's not stalking. If he persists, then we
Anyway,
can talk.
why do you want to meet Susanna?
I don't want to meet her. I just want you to put in a good word about Simon.
Who's
Our
Simon?
He's our friend at Gilmore's.
Gilmore's.
The nerd with the things in his ears?
You're not the right person. Forget I said anything. I'm gonna go put a word in with Susanna if you're gonna be a jerk. He's so nice.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He is very nice. And he gets his cool magical shit.
All right. I'll tell you what. If I put in a good word with Susanna, I'll just tell her, I'll just kind of make this guy sound actually not nerdy, and she's going to let me eat one of her big muffins. So, as a payment for that.
Yeah, maybe Ashrina should handle this.
I
Oh,
have
come
no
on.
words.
I'll
I have
introduce you to her.
no, I
Come
have
on.
no words. I'm going home. I just leave.
What just happened? Garrick,
What?
what's going on here? Miss Ashrina,
I
stop.
put my arm around
I don't.
Sliver and just like lead him slowly toward the bright vagabond. Just like, come on, we'll get some pie. We'll eat. We'll drink a beer or something.
Ooh, can I have a beer?
Oh, got you something.
Oh, dude, I need to talk to you, by the way. And this is a
Something
real
wrong?
serious conversation, kind of.
What's going on?
I don't think I know who else to ask about this. I could go to Mr. Brightside, but I think he would probably lecture me for a couple hours until I couldn't take it anymore. Listen, all of these things that we're doing, I'm watching us all do good, and I'm trying to be in there with it. And I went and my master always debriefs me, and this time it was really intense. Like he was asking me about every decision I made, and when I was recounting all the stuff, every single choice, and he kept asking me why I did this, why I did that. And then I don't know, I don't know why. And then he said, "You've got to know why." And I said, "Well, how?" And I stopped Garrick and let's just sit down for a sec.
Okay.
This is hard. He said, if you don't know who you are, you never know what choice you're going to make. And so he told me I've got to figure out who I am. And I said, how do I mean, I'm just, and he was really right up in my face. And he said, you fucking choose who you want to be. And
it is up to you.
But how do I choose? I mean, who am I? Who do I choose to be, and why?
Let me ask you a question. When we were down in the Underdark with the automatons and Deep Gnome, were there any decisions we made as a group that made you uncomfortable or uneasy, or you felt like we were doing the wrong thing?
Yeah, a couple times.
Like what?
Like when somebody rushed right in and tried to unlock that thing running right across the runes when we could have stopped and waited a minute. And like when we opened up that the chest upstairs without checking for traps. A couple times, yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you are the kind of person who wants to
Not be hit
make sure
immediately and
that we
damaged.
are as safe as possible when we do our tasks. That's a good.
Well, I mean, so far, I haven't been thinking too much about anyone but myself. I want to be safe.
But you just
You
said
don't
we,
see me charging right in. Yeah. I mean,
which means
yeah,
you're concerned when any of us do it.
I do. Yeah, yeah. I want us to be safe. Sure.
Well,
I
already that proves you're not just thinking about yourself, because if you were, you wouldn't care if any of us did it. You'd only care that you didn't.
okay. All right, but what's your point? What are you driving at?
My point is, you've been brought up a specific way for many years, and philosophies and methodologies and opinions have kind of been drilled into you based on your training and who's training you and his personality and how he sees the world. But whether he meant it or not, what he's basically saying is you're getting to the point, like you just said, you turned 16, where you have to decide in these moments, how do you feel about it? Because somebody can give you their opinion and how they would do things all they want. But when it comes to the moment of truth, the only person who can truly make the decision on how to proceed is you.
Well, of course, duh, but
But see,
do I
what's
okay, I
important,
want to be the toughest person in the world. I want to always be the toughest person there is. I mean, that
okay,
sounds dumb. It sounds stupid, right?
tough can mean many things, because you just said you wanted to remain safe by not stepping on those things.
Right?
The tough person would just walk right through thinking they could take it. So what you're trying to be is pragmatic.
Nobody's ever called me that before.
Well, if you're looking at things that granularly, where, well,
Oh,
we
by
want to
the
make
way, do
sure
you
we.
want a piece of birthday cake? I dig like a crumpled piece of wet cake out of my pouch.
No, perhaps later. Let's stick to the
Oh,
subject
yeah,
at
it's
hand.
good.
But I bet. Where'd you get it?
Oh, they made it for me at the bakery yesterday.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Susanna actually made it. She's a good cook.
Hmm.
Told you she likes me.
See. Anyway,
Okay, so who do I
well,
pick?
let's ask you. So let's look at all of us. You've got me, you, Kid, Shrina, and Tarlin.
Do I have to pick one of us, do you
No,
think?
no, no,
Think
no.
that's what he meant?
No, the point that I'm gonna make is that you said you want us all to be safe, and then you said you want yourself to be safe, and then you said you wanted to be the toughest person.
Oh, I was
Those
just
three
making that
things that
up.
you said kind of work against each other, which would
Scratch the
tell
tough ones.
me.
Scratch the tough one. I really, you know what I want to do, Garrick, is I want to fucking fly an airship and explore the world. That's what I want to
Okay,
do.
okay. So
But that
you're
doesn't
adventurous. You're curious. You want to see and discover things.
wasn't it the best thing in the freaking world when we were on that ship?
I unfortunately was not there, but I've heard
Oh
great
yeah.
things.
Well, we
Thanks for
missed
the
you.
reminder. I missed that.
Well, anyway, but that's not what the master meant. He didn't mean what I want to be as like a job.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I'm probably stuck in the class, but he meant who I want to be. That I have to pick, like the characteristics of.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he meant. And there is a vast difference between saying you want us to be safe and you want yourself to be safe. And you've got to figure out on your own, through your actions and your thoughts and your true feelings, which one of those you actually meant. Because I've been in situations, because I grew up in a religious family, where things are said in front of a group of people to appease, to inspire, to sway opinion. But the person speaking them didn't actually mean them. They were fulfilling a role. And that's what you have
I've
to
heard
ask
people like
yourself.
that.
Are you fulfilling a role that somebody else has asked you to fill? Or is that who you actually are? And if it's
I
not who
don't
you
know.
actually are, then you need to take the step. Because here's the thing, if you always act based on what somebody else wants you to do, you're never, one, going to be happy.
Right, yeah, that's what he's saying. I've got to figure it out, but how? How do you figure out who you are? How do you know who you are? How do you always do the right thing every time?
You really
Who
think I
told you
do
to
the
do
right
that?
thing every time?
Well, you try.
You try. Doesn't mean you're going to succeed all the time. You're going to fail a lot.
Well, I never want to fail.
No, you never want to fail. Look, I have never told anybody this, but I think it's important. I ran away from home when I was 12 because I found out some things about my father and realized that I couldn't stay under his wing, that he was not a good man and was manipulative and frankly evil. And I escaped. But by escaping, I unfortunately had to leave my sister behind. At her own behest, she told me to leave, that she would see me again someday. To this day, I still wonder whether I made a mistake. And that decision affects every decision I've made since then because I'm always second guessing whether I did that correctly. So I don't know who I am yet because I don't know whether I did the right thing back then. And until I can make that decision for myself and be clear, yes, I did, or no, I didn't, I can't know who I'm going to be in the future because I don't know whether I agree with myself yet on what the correct path is. So what I'm saying, basically, to cut all that down to a short thought, is nobody knows who they are. Well, almost nobody. We're always learning about ourselves, and things can change midstream. We could be going down a road, and a decision comes that we have to make that we weren't expecting that could completely change our outlook on our future, on the people we hang out with, on the people we trust, on the state of the world. So don't worry about not knowing who you are. You're 16. You're
Yeah,
still
I'm a
learning
man now.
about the world and yourself, and you learn both at the same time. Yeah,
All right, how about
start
this?
to figure it out, but don't fret that you haven't gotten there yet, because when you stop learning, they say, when you stop learning, you're dead. So,
If you see something about me that you're like, ooh, that's really him, let me know.
yeah, I can't do that though.
Why not? Be a good
Sliver,
friend and just tell me.
you told me that the thing you do best is you make people believe what you want them to believe. If
Yep,
I see you do
absolutely.
something, how do I know that's really who you are? If you're constantly trying to make people believe what you want them to believe, how do I know you're telling yourself the truth when you do stuff like that?
So you're saying I gotta change who I am now
No,
to become
not at
somebody
all.
new?
No. I'm saying you have to figure out which of these versions of you is the real you. And I understand because of what you think your skill set is and what you believe your job is, that's difficult. But you have to be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Decompress, come down of that, have moments of, like, think about it. When we're between missions, what makes you happiest?
I like knowing that when I'm doing my rounds, every one of those people, I know what they're thinking, I know what they're doing. I know everybody there. I have intel on all of it. And then I like going up to the Alabaster Lyceum and just watching from a rooftop down into the area, like watching the mages come and go. They just seem so amazing. And then, of course, I like watching the skyships fly. I mean, that's mostly what I do when I'm just hanging out by myself.
You're an observer. You like observing people. Start there.
I want to do those things. Can I I mean, I could never get into the Alabaster Lyceum and learn that stuff, but cool thinking about it and flying an airship, captaining an airship.
Always learn it. You can always
Don't
learn
think-
it.
Yeah, but not if I'm in the class running missions for everybody. I mean, we're banking a lot of money, and I don't get to keep that much up until the last mission. Actually, he let me keep half. Now he's making me pay for my room and board, so
Raven Queen,
Yep.
forgive me for suggesting this. Have you ever considered misrepresenting how much you make from each mission?
I'm afraid to.
I understand that.
I mean, holding out from the clasp when oh man, that's just not something.
I'm not even saying holding out from the clasp. I'm saying, God, I can't believe I'm going down this road with you.
Let's not. Don't even say it because it's way off topic.
Okay.
Let's just move on to the vagabond and
All right.
maybe.
But while I've
maybe,
got you, I want to
yeah.
help you with this girl at the Lyceum. Like I told you,
Ooh, oh really? You
the
know her?
best way, no, I don't. But you have to
How do you
catch her
know?
attention somehow.
Yeah.
And I've got a good way to do that. And I take the cloak out from my pack and I lay it across his shoulders and latch it in front and say, now this is a nice cloak. But from what I understand,
yeah,
you can make this cloak look like whatever you want it to look like.
What? What do you mean? I
Try
take
it.
it off. What do you mean? Show me. I put it on you first. Do
The
it.
first thing, okay. I put it on. I think about it for a second, and I will the cloak to look like it's got the crest of the Raven Queen on it.
And it
Just so it looks
magically
What the-
transforms right in front of your eyes, washes up
That
from the center where it clasps down.
Hmm.
It turns into that completely.
that is awesome.
And I
What?
know, and I knew when I saw it that this is something that somebody with your skills, your abilities, your sensibilities could make good use of.
What? You're giving that to me?
That's why I got it. You're the perfect person to have something like this.
Well, that's amazing. How much do? Oh yeah, hey, I got a lot of money right now.
Keep it. We are a company. We take care of each other. In some ways, we're becoming a small family, and you can tell that by how much Ashrina and Tarlin yell at each other.
They always
So.
have. You're right.
Yeah.
They're married, even though they don't know it.
We'll go down that road later. For now,
No, we won't. You're not there. We'll memorize sending just to say that to you.
Yay!
So
let's go to the Bright Vagabond and get some pie, and we'll talk more about this later. But for now, just think about what I told you.
Hey, do you mind if I practice some yarding on the way?
Please do.
All right. You asked for it.
excellent.
All right, Scott.
I'm gonna run into the Bright Vagabond, because they're way behind, and be like, Tarlin, Tarlin.
What?
It was Sliver's birthday.
Yeah?
We didn't even tell him happy birthday. We need to like make him a cake or something.
If he didn't tell us, maybe he did that on purpose. Maybe he didn't want to recognize it.
Oh, he was dropping hints about his birthday while I was just talking to him. He for sure wanted us to know.
Do you want to put up streamers or something?
Do you have stuff for streamers?
When has that ever stopped you?
That's a fair point.
I'm gonna go get the toilet paper.
There it is.
Can you?
I know some great streamers at twitch.tv/Dicey Decisions.
Time! The name of the movie!
Can you ask my mom to make a cake like fast, like a fast cake? Or like maybe just stack some apple pies that we've got made like on top of each other and like slather them in some like cinnamon frosting.
No.
Pies as a layer cake.
What do you mean no?
Right? I'm writing that down.
Let's take him out to a nice dinner and have
Somewhere that isn't the Bright Vagabond.
the place that we eat all the time. I mean, Dawnfather, bless your mother, she's a wonderful cook, but you can't bake a cake in what? You got here 3 minutes before them?
You can definitely stack 3 pies on top of each other with cinnamon frosting between them.
We don't just have cinnamon frosting.
Do we have cinnamon?
Yes.
Do we have butter?
Yes. Did you punch it?
At this point, the door opens and Kid walks in with a platter with a gigantic cake on it.
Yay, kids here.
Sets it down on the table, doesn't say a word, and just kind of continues on his way.
Hey, kid.
Nice.
You're the best. You want to throw some toilet paper?
No. And I will head to
Damn,
the basement.
Sharina's just gonna go to her room. Nobody wants to be fun today.
On your way, you see your mom's watching from the top of the stairs. She kind of comes down. She says, "I'll help you decorate, dear."
You're gonna throw toilet paper with me?
It sounds like fun,
Yeah, I think it'll be a good time.
especially because it's his.
Yeah.
And she gestures towards Starlin.
Like mother.
I don't think he
Pick up
keeps his
this-
room locked. We should just take the rolls from his room specifically.
I think that's wise.
Good.
Nothing bad
I-
can come of that.
Saying
high
right now
five
that
her.
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree is doubly appropriate, considering.
Move the cake to behind the bar so it's at least a little hidden.
Nice. And she
Go with
helps
my
you.
mom to
She
take it.
helps you get decorated up, and she pulls out some extra candles and lights them to make the room a little bit more cheery and festive and what have you. And she's like, do we have something for him to like unwrap, a present or anything?
Well, I don't know if it's already been given to him. It might have already been given to him.
Oh,
Yeah, Garrick had bought like this really nice cloak.
So he's
um,
gotten something.
Yeah, he's gotten something.
Okay.
And you
Yeah, I
know,
meant to do that.
and some free bad advice.
Yes, all around.
yeah,
on
so he's
stalking
gotten
your
some.
potential dates.
Listen, I didn't give him that advice. I just gave up.
So
I mean,
we'll make it special.
Yeah.
So do we all make stealth checks now to surprise him?
I think you do.
Yeah.
I'm extra scary in the surprise round.
The ground.
That's true.
I'm gonna die.
I know we don't have time to talk right now,
8.
but I do want to
18.
chat with you later before we have to leave again. But they'll be coming any minute, so
Let's hide.
Yeah. I rolled a 20.
best
Nice.
part
Kid
about
and
this is
Adrena
I'm
just
leading into
disappear.
the inn, and I don't know what's going on, so my
Right.
my surprise is completely genuine.
So
What'd my mom roll?
what did she roll? She got like an 11.
So she's sitting at the table with Tarlin.
No, she's
11's for average.
she's hidden, just not as well as the rest of you. Except Tarlin is behind a post that's like only this wide,
Wearing full plate.
wearing full plate, but he can't see the front door, and that's the important part to Tarlin.
I think he was just turtling it, like his head went down into the front door.
Just a
And
suit of plate mail.
Just decoration.
Derek and Sliver enter in, and immediately you see this strange paper draped from corner to corner. Post the rafters are all kind of interwoven with this toilet paper decor that is hastily strung up. And they walk in, and you see Garrick standing there, sort of like very, very still. And you
Not
can't
Garrick,
see his
Tarlin.
face. I mean, Tarlin, very, very still, but you can't see his face from where you're
I
walking in.
grab Garrick's sleeve. What's going on?
Do I recognize like the decorations? Do I get an inkling what they're doing?
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to be festive.
Sharina
Yes, sir.
drops from the rafters. Surprise!
Yeah, kid like appears at your shoulder.
I'm gonna have both.
Ah!
I'm gonna have both Garrick and Sliver make Constitution saving throws, please.
To not poop.
To not poop a
Pee
little bit.
ourselves.
Roll the piss.
Oh shit!
Constitution, huh?
Constitution saving throw.
That's a 4, a 5.
That's a 17.
So Garrick, since you kind of recognize the decorations, you realize this is sort of coming at the last second. But Sliver, you are completely and totally surprised, and you can choose if you want to have lost control of a bodily function or something. But
No, but I will happily stumble over a bench and fall down.
perfect.
Ah, holy shit! What are you guys doing?
It was your
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
And there's a couple of people in the common room that are just there, and they're like, "Oh, happy birthday!" They raise a glass.
That was yesterday.
Happy birthday yesterday!
A
Oh,
belated
okay.
birthday.
Oh, did you guys all? Oh, Garrick, you should have told me, and I shove you. Thanks, guys. This cloak is amazing. Thanks, Mr.
Yep.
Brightside.
We all went in
Thanks,
on that.
kid. Thanks, Ashrina. Oh, I should have known you had everything to do with this, Miss Ashrina. Thank you so much.
And Ashrina's
Yeah.
mom goes behind the bar and lifts up the cake and brings it out. And
That's
she
also from all of us.
and she starts gathering plates and cutlery.
Watch what I can do. And I fling the cloak around, and it's just constantly shifting, changing colors as fast as I can think.
Sliver, you're gonna
Amazing.
give someone a seizure.
Oh,
You gotta put an epilepsy warning.
Thanks for the party, guys, and just exactly what I'm here to talk to you about, Mr. Brightsides. I pull out my instruments. I say, I'm going to give you first crack at the big chance to let me perform on stage for tips, and you can choose Zulkun, Yarding, or Thalar. Any of those. And I will perform. If you don't say yeah, I'll just go find another bar. But I'm
Garrick,
ready
like,
to start
walks by
making some
Tarlin
money.
and just goes, "It is his birthday. Don't forget."
What stage?
Oh, I can
push a
stand on the
table against a
bar.
wall.
Yeah, here we go. Woo! What's your instrument of choice? Come on, Brightside.
What were my
Thalar,
options again?
Thalar, Zulkun, or Yarding. You've seen me play my Yarding so many times. You've seen
Yeah,
me Yarding
Yarding's
all over
out.
the place.
I think the other two are made up, but we're gonna go with the first one.
The Thalar? All right, I
Zulkun.
pull
If
out
that's
the
the one you
Thalar.
said first.
Absolutely, and I can't remember what it is, but it's it's like a flute. I pull out my Thalar and start playing some birthday music, some dance music.
Give me a performance check.
He's
Hell
playing
yeah!
Darude sandstorm on his Thalar as he's shifting his cloak around.
My cloak is
Trippy.
changing with my mood. 15 is what I rolled.
Excellent. It actually is pretty lively. It makes the local patrons are kind of like, they're kind of unexpected. They haven't heard this kind of entertainment in this bar before or this establishment before, but they kind of dig it.
Yeah, a
Uh,
Thalar is just a flute.
I'd like to sneakily like skim past all of the various patrons and like whisper in their ears, "It's his birthday, you better fucking tip." But like keep moving so they don't see me.
Make the intimidation check, please.
Garrick
I'm-
has this like glazed over look in his eye, like
21.
he's come up with something.
So all the patrons just immediately start digging into their coin purses.
Yay! Start throwing gold at him.
Hoppers
hail!
everywhere.
I say, I go to Shreen and go, "You're a bad influence on me."
What are you
Because as I
talking
watch
about?
him perform, the first thought I had was, I wonder if we could convert the cart into a mobile stage.
No,
Why not?
that's
And I
my
wish I'd
cart.
heard that.
Right, but imagine how much money we could make.
I mean, you do have a lighting package.
Ooh. Dawnfather presents.
I'll provide the darkness.
Nice.
Oh man. Oh man. Imagine all of the pockets you could pick while they're distracted by the
Okay,
show.
see, that wasn't what I said. That wasn't what I meant.
I was gonna say that wasn't what you said, but
I can see
listen,
how you could interpret it that way, but
we'll
you
workshop
see him like
it. We'll
he
workshop
is like purposely looking up when he says this. He's like, "But that's not what I meant."
As he's looking up, Ashrina just leaves. She's like, she's got the wheels rolling.
What have I done?
All right, so the party goes on for
I'm
a
going
while. You all have a great time, eat a bunch of cake, and celebrate. Some patrons come and go. They appreciate the music. Sliver, you make a whopping 3 gold, 4 silver, 8 copper in tips.
Nice.
It's a pretty good night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
not
say
bad.
that again. Tell me how
Three-
much again?
3 gold, 4 silver, 8 copper. I think is what I
Wow.
said.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I say, hey, Mr. Brightside, thank you. That was a good party. But I'm thinking about branching out from my delivery job and doing this at night if the master says it's all right, and I can probably keep every cent every copper I make. Yeah. You think it would be okay if I start doing it here, or would you prefer I find another spot to work in? I'll let you think about it. You clearly aren't all that cool with it. You let me know.
No. It's fine. I'm concerned. We're not set up for that kind of thing here. And I'm sure there's some business acumen that I'll let my business manager discuss with you. I believe
Is that
you're familiar.
Ashrina?
Yes.
Yeah.
She'll work out how much of a cut the house gets, because I would let you do it for free, but pretty sure that she would ensure that the house is paid fairly because her mom works here. Also,
Sure.
wouldn't you rather be somewhere where there's a lot more people? I guess start small,
Well, I mean, you're the first person I asked. I could probably get a job anywhere I want if I just do my little convincing stuff, but I didn't want to pull that on you.
I mean, sure. I mean, you seem to have a good time. The patrons seem to like it.
It was fun. That's I
You're
don't
not
do it
bad.
often. Yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun, and I think if I do it just enough so I don't get tired of it, like, man, you might have known I get really excited about something, and then I'm not so excited anymore. Like, I can't sit still too long to listen to somebody talk to me about who I'm supposed to be because they talk too long. But anyway,
maybe you should reinvest some of the money that you got now into putting in a stage or a platform.
Ooh.
I have a
Could three,
credit card.
Mr. Shrina, could 3 gold get enough wood for us to make a stage?
No.
You sure? I can convince him. Yeah. Thanks. Where would you have me put it? I mean, there's not that much room in here, but we could put it outside and put some tables outside and have outdoor parties.
Ooh, a patio?
Yeah, like a patio thing.
And in the winter, we can get like some of the mages maybe to come over and make those really cool like bubble tents that are heated
Yeah.
inside.
Right, kid?
I'm
Doesn't
going
that
to
sound
bed.
good? Lots of people, lots of dancing.
I'm sure that sounds great. to
Charles just going
people.
upstairs, like loosening a strap on his arm, just letting it clunk, clunk, clunk down the stairs. Loosening the other one.
I'm kind of wired. Hey, good night, Mr. Tarlin.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I guess I should be sleepy, but I'm kind of wired. Is anybody behind the bar right now?
One of the employees would be.
Fuck. Okay, I guess I'll leave.
Actually, the door opens, bell rings, and in walks a cloaked kobold, pulls its cloak over their head.
Do we recognize this person?
They're looking around. Give me a insight check.
All right then.
Big 11.
9.
15.
19.
Ashrina, you do notice, you recognize that this is one of the employees from Aura.
That's the fancy clothes store, right?
Correct.
It's Lou the Kobold, right?
Mhm.
Or
This isn't Lou.
Right.
This is one of his employees.
I'll, scoot on over with like a piece of cake. Be
As
like,
you co-
hey,
as you come over, hello, and he just hands you a note.
I hand him a piece of cake.
He just kind of looks at the cake and just starts eating it.
How are you?
I'm well.
It's Sliver's birthday. Do you want to hang out at his birthday party?
Um, I have to get back to the boss, but
Oh,
they bid me
okay.
give you this note.
Okay. Well, enjoy your
Thank,
cake.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And he steps outside, and he's still eating the cake as he walks through the streets.
Have a good night.
Sliver, as Kid brushes by you, he kind of palms you a drink that he took off the bar, kind of gives you a wink.
It's just
Constitution-
straight
Constitution
moonshine.
saving throw, kid. I mean, it's Sliver.
Yeah, not me.
Constitution saving throw. See how well you handle this drink.
Remember last time I drank it, I spit it out. It was so gross.
Right.
Constitution save.
Kid's a firm believer of the FIFO principle.
13.
Not bad. It burns a little, stings a little bit. You're not quite fond of the taste per se,
Ugh.
but you manage to handle it.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you
like,
start to feel its
oh,
effects slowly.
delicious.
I will open the note from the kobold and read what it says.
Dearest friends, it is of utmost importance that I speak with you as soon as possible. And signed with a very flourished Lou on the bottom. And it's on stationery that says Aura on it. It's very fancy. Looks like they're the shop paper.
Is it
Mhm.
smelly paper? Like, is it perfumed?
It definitely has a perfume to it. Absolutely.
Cool. I will go over to Kid and just like rub the paper onto the back of his jacket. to see if I can get the perfume to stick to him.
Sort of turn around and give you the one eyebrow.
It's perfume. Smell it.
It's very nice.
No, you smell very nice.
Thank you.
You needed it.
Less, thank you. I think.
I'll
Is there something else to it, or do you just
No,
have
we need to go see Lou. Hey Sliver,
why?
Yep.
can you send message to Tarlin and tell him to wake up and come downstairs?
Who's Lou?
Sure.
You don't remember Lou? He was our kobold friend from the fancy
Clothing
clothes
store.
place.
Oh yeah, the fancy. Okay, I don't know why I would remember him. So sure, yep, I remember him.
He's like the most fancy person I've ever met in my entire life. Have you met fancier?
I mean, I'm fancy. There's a lot of fancy people. A lot of people think they're fancy.
No, I've never seen somebody that fancy before.
I've dressed up as a lot of people, I guess. I don't know.
Huh. Okay. Well, um, do you still have your fancy clothes? Do you want to put it in the purse just in case he needs us to be fancy?
I still have them. They're useful sometimes. I've worn them a couple of times. I'll go get them.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
there anything else to it? Just hey, come hang out, say hi.
He says
talk to
he
the
needs to
couple.
speak to us ASAP, babe.
Right. I send a message upstairs to Tarlin.
So
Mr.
okay, I'm just again a
Brightside.
fancy. Why us?
I assume a
Is it?
job, maybe.
Can I just see the note?
I just hand him the note.
Can I like perception check it to see if there's like a little class? Is there anything else to like? Why would it's very strange that he would be summoning a bunch of like killers and thieves he barely knows? I guess. So is there like a little class symbol on it, or like some disappearing ink, or anything that marks it out as unusual?
Give me an
In any way?
investigation check.
Better you than me.
This seems weird. 22.
So in his signature, you catch there is a little symbol in it. It is not a clasp symbol, but it is a symbol. Give me a history check.
Damn, I would have never thought to do that. I was just concerned about the perfume.
16.
You recognize that symbol as a symbol of a organization in Iman known as the Cognosciente Esoterica.
I will just, you see Kid's eyebrow just kind of like shoot up a little bit, and then it kind of goes back into place, and he just kind of folds the note back up and he goes, oh, okay. I guess we're going to go see Lou.
This organization is an organization that collects objects of historical significance and curious origins.
It's like warehouse. What's that? Like just like the warehouse. What's that sci-fi
13?
show or whatever? Where, yeah, exactly. Where they keep all the shit that really should be locked up.
Top man.
Top men. Top kobolds.
Top kobolds.
So yeah, you just like Asherina, you're the only one that's kind of looking at me. You just kind of see my eye kind of like I just kind of like twitch for a little bit and then kind of fold up the note and give it back to you.
From
What's wrong?
upstairs, after Sliver has sent the message, you just hear through the floorboards, "Go away!"
I'm gonna send one again. This is the evening, Lord. Get your tiny butt downstairs.
Kay just kind of rolls his eyes, takes a broom and thumps on the ceiling and goes, business!
Make my way back downstairs, picking up my scattered pieces of full plate as I'm going.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
Nobody's a Mr. Grumpy Pants tonight.
Cloak
What?
pillows angrily.
We gotta go see Lou.
Who?
Does nobody remember our friend at the
remember him.
fancy clothes place?
My clothes are the best.
Hey now.
His name was Lou?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't you remember?
he was a
Lou the
goblin, right?
kobold?
He was a
He was a
kobold.
kobold?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Racist.
Boy, you are not racist. You don't see race.
Didn't seem much at his height. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, man.
You
I think I just killed a Trina.
Yeah.
I
mean,
swallowed
Short joke
wrong.
was so bad you killed her.
Yeah.
none of us really wanted to be there, and it was kind of a last minute thing. I didn't really get to know him very well.
What are
It
you
is
talking
odd that
about?
he.
Nobody wanted to be there. I got this
Don't worry, darling.
beautiful dress.
I didn't remember him either.
I do find it odd that he would look for us, of all people. Like we can't be his only customers.
I
But
don't think he
that-
wants us
that
to
in-
come back for clothes.
No. What
We
I'm
were his
saying is
finest
why
customers.
I understand where kid's coming from. It's odd that he would say, I think we should go, obviously, see what he wants. But
You know,
I think
people
we need to
that
be
know
wary.
people that know people usually send people to people like us.
Well, I mean, he
You
did
think
send a
he's the
people.
middleman? Maybe he's the middleman.
Maybe we
Anyway,
just go see what he wants. And worst case scenario, I can look at more new clothes.
yeah.
Speaking of
Me
looking at
too.
clothes, can you tie the backstrap to this codpiece?
I
I can't reach.
will help him tie it. You know, you should never buy clothes you can't put on by yourself. That's
I
a
can't
life
put it on
rule.
by myself. It
It
just
looks
takes
really
over
tight.
an hour.
What?
With assistance, it only takes 10 minutes. By myself, it takes over an hour. The player's
Damn.
handbook tells me that.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Does it seriously take an hour to put it on?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
It seriously
Plate mail
takes 10
is
minutes with
really
help.
cumbersome. Like if I have helped my friend put on full plate, and it is a process.
If you don't put
process.
each piece on in the right order, you're not going to be able to move.
He's
Oh.
got like a set of full plate, and we dressed up as Page Boy and Knight for Halloween, and it took a while for us to get ready.
Nice.
That sounds awful.
And we looked really cute.
You thought I was kidding when I said an hour and 10 minutes. No, them's the
Yes.
rules, baby.
Yeah, that is why pages and squires exist. Quite literally, it is difficult.
Hold my junk metal. Teabag.
I sure won't be helping you now. Enjoy spending that hour. Ugh.
Well, if we're
Man.
taking an hour, I can run home and get my fancy outfit that Lou made for us. Made
No,
for me.
we're
You
only
can
gonna
just make your
take
clothes
10
look
minutes.
like it.
Huh?
All right,
You
let's
just
go
make
talk
your
to Lou.
clothes look like it.
Let's go talk to Lou.
Oh,
See what he
that's
wants.
All right.
kind
so
of, yeah.
You head to Lou's. It is again across town in the Erudite district, which is mostly quiet. There are some evening restaurants that are still somewhat active, some fancy courtyard bars that are active. This is the rich part of town, if you remember. But a lot of the shops and whatnot are closed down, and there's a single candle you can see through the window of Aura, which is the shop that Lou is the proprietor of.
What was the name of that organization?
Cognoscenti Esoterica.
Bless you.
You're welcome.
I can spell the second word.
Cognosciente.
Cognosciente?
I put it in there.
Oh, okay. That was
Okay.
close.
So you see the establishment.
Okay. Let's walk up to the front and look through the window.
You look through the window and you see the familiar image of the proprietor, who is sitting in a chair, no monocle, no hat, looks very, very sad.
Yes.
Aw.
Poor fella.
I'm picturing the Big Lebowski and the room with the fireplace.
Even strong men cry.
Yep.
Even strong men cry.
I'm just gonna knock on his
Exactly.
door and then try the handle.
It is not locked,
Cool.
and the bell rings. And this place has normally got, candles and incense going, and it's a very glum mood. And he says, "Oh, thank you, friends. I need your help desperately." And that's where we're going to go to break.
Poor new.
All right. So let's refill our drinks and any food items we need. Take a 10-minute break. We're going to be listening to the dulcet sounds of Sliver with an added new track. Track number 4 drops tonight.
Already.
Oh man, I'm excited. I haven't
It's
heard
a
it yet.
surprise even to the party.
Yes. All right.
This is what he played at
So-
his birthday party, I'm guessing.
That's right.
Oh
that's
no,
right.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
no,
no, no.
he didn't play this one. This one's a little rough. All right.
This
We'll be
What's
back in
the
a few,
title?
everybody.
It's
The
a, it's
Can
a
you-
kid. It's Sliver making fun of us.
Can
What's
you at
It's
least
called-
intro it?
What's the title, Jack?
Me? Okay, yes. At the end of last episode, it's called Already Been Burned. Sliver was feeling angry and then Tarlin read him the riot act and made him think. And so he's been like thinking about stuff, and so he wrote this really melodramatic song that a 16-year-old might write when he was feeling like the shit is piled on top of him. So
Damn, it's just
It's not-
angry guitar strumming and my dad sucks.
Fred
My dad
Durst.
My dad sucks.
It's fucking break stuff.
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be
Mr.
back in a few,
Downsides, am I
everybody.
right?
Apple pie. Supper's done, you rest your feet. Now you're needing something sweet. Your wife steps up to your surprise. You see fresh cow milk and apple pie. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. But some's too damp and some is sour. Some is made with too much flour. If you want the best you can't deny, gotta go see Mr. Brightside. Apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. Soft and flaky, crusty, yum. I gotta go and get me some. Granny's apples, the whitest flesh, reddest skin, bright side's the best. Apple pie, my apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. This is called the Ballad of a Crossbow called Whisper. Sitting in a dusty storage room, lonely and forsaken, made of wood and leather and bone. Magic in the making, hung a hand crossbow just hanging on the wall. Well, someone snuck right in, opened up a bin, and the magic crossbow tasted fresher air. And they waited just a while, and with a little smile, gave it right away without a care to shoot a bear. Well, the boy took it reverently in hand, and the teacher took a very guiding stand. So the learning how was quick and accurate. A goblin's heart was the first thing it would hit. A whisper is its name. It is the evil's bane. It can hit a fly at 101 paces. So smile now and abide, 'cause a whisper's on your side, and the enemy is busy running scared, 'cause they don't dare. You get your first heist, the museum's a job. Got a crazy, dangerous egg we gotta rob. You sneak past security, and what's your reward? I find my paladin upstairs, macking on a guard. Well, now's not the time, buddy. Now's not the time. I tell you, now's not the time. Well, you sneak into the bathroom, the vents to scout. Could lead up to the attic, gotta check that out. Another lady's in there, and what do you think? You make a big commotion, push her head in the drink. Well, now's not the time. Now's not the time. No, now's not the time. Robin, little garden gnome, a devil costume. He's racist and he's ugly, he's such a buffoon. The plan is set, we're bound to bring a heavy barrage, but our cleric's out getting a full body massage. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Break and enter to a manor, got a cult to bust. Keep it on the lowdown, no muss, no fuss. You're getting all the clues, are you feeling smug? You find your partner trying to steal the living room rug. No, now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Well, we're gonna sneak into the prison, so says the boss. Gotta find the key to treasure, take it off a dwarf. All our plans are still congealing, but here's the rub. Our buddies rubbing elbows trying to start a fight club. No, now's not the time. Now's not the time, my friend. No, now's not the time. So we're distracting the warden with sweet talking wine. My friends are in the next room committing the crime. A bad idea comes calling, maybe because of my youth. You start to tell the warden, just confessing the truth. No, no, now's not the time. Now is not the time. Now's not the time. What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. We struggle for treasure, we struggle for gold, they struggle for glory. Here's what I've been told, they struggle for power, to lead or be led. Is all life a struggle until I lie dead? What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. Hold the truth in your hand, then it is gone. You think it goes one way, but it's the other one. Complexion's changing, won't ever be fixed. We are grandfathers, fathers, and yet we are sons. If you ever find the truth, admit you were wrong. If you want your salvation, I'll give you a song. When the world's on your shoulders, you're down on your knees. Will greed ever die? Will there ever be peace? What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. Apple pie. Supper's done, you rest your feet. Now you're needing something sweet. Your wife steps up to your surprise. You see fresh cow milk and apple pie. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. But some's too damp and some is sour, some is made with too much flour. If you want the best you can't deny, gotta go see Mr. Brightside. Apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. Soft and flaky, crusty, yum. I gotta go and get me some. Granny's apples, the whitest flesh, reddest skin, bright side's the best. Apple pie, my apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. This is called the Ballad of a Crossbow called Whisper. Sitting in a dusty storage room, lonely and forsaken, made of wood and leather and bone. Magic in the making, hung a hand crossbow just hanging on the wall, waiting for a loving hand to call. Well, someone snuck right in, opened up a bin, and the magic crossbow tasted fresher air. And they waited just a while, and with a little smile, gave it right away without a care to shoot a bear. Well, the boy took it reverently in hand, and the teacher took a very guiding stand. So the learning how was quick and accurate. A goblin's heart was the first thing it would hit. The whisper is its name. It is the evil's.
Truck nuts.
All right, everybody. Hey, welcome back. We are Dicey Decisions. I hope you have gotten your drinks refilled. It makes me laugh
Why I
every
left Florida.
time. Every time. um,
Ah.
I want to give a major shout out tonight to Brandy, who is running the stream for us in my son Corin's absence. Thank you, Brandy, so much for running all the behind the scenes stuff that make this so wonderful and so easy for us to just sit here and play D&D. So much appreciated. All right, so before break, the group had made their way to Aura, the lovely clothier establishment run by the fabulous kobold Lou, who seems to have gathered them here for a dire need that he has. And he is sitting in the midst of his shop, has been sitting there quite sullen-like and very sad. And as you walk in, you see him there, and he greets you and says, friends, thank you so much for answering my call. I am in such despair.
What's the matter? Do you want some cake? And I'll give him a piece of cake.
I couldn't eat a thing right now. Maybe later.
Wow, he really is sad.
Could you make me a vest? Would that
Sliver.
I don't know.
help? And maybe it makes him happy.
Well,
if you can help me with this problem, I will make you anything you want.
Okay, shoot.
Well,
Kid will just sort of, is this a personal problem or is this an organizational problem?
he says, well, that's not, I guess, both. I called you because, well, working here as a tailor is, I get privy to lots of personal information, and when you were here getting fitted for your outfits, I noticed the marks you all bear. So I know who you are and who you work for.
Now we have to kill him, right?
No, you do not. Your secret is safe with me.
Ellen.
I just sort of incline. We stand ready to assist the cognoscenti with whatever you need. How can we help?
You say that, and he just kind of sits back in his chair and he says, I see I am not the only one with powers of deduction.
We wouldn't be who we are if we didn't.
Sorry, deduct
Well,
what happened?
I told the first joke I've told in weeks, and all of you just ignored me. I don't know. And he sneezed, and the kobold was happy.
he didn't
I thought it was a
sneeze.
good joke.
He didn't sneeze. The organization I work for is known as the Cognoscenti Esoterica. We gather important historical artifacts and fine pieces of art, culturally significant, perhaps magically powerful as well. And I've had one stolen off these very walls, and he points to a spot on the wall where a painting is missing. Happened last night. My workers came in this morning and found it missing. And the place was broken into. However, I have a rather resourceful staff, and they immediately put on their thinking caps and said, well, if someone hit this place and stole something, that there was likely to be some evidence or even possibly a spy still around. And sure enough, they found and captured someone.
Hmm.
Wow.
I would
Oh.
like to insight that to determine whether or not we're being played here.
Sure. Give me an insight check.
26.
You are not being played. This is very much what Lou believes. Everything that's happened. This is very much him being honest and earnest, knowing that, and you get the sense that he's very specifically choosing words to make sure that you are comfortable that he is divulging. He is purposefully divulging information. And he says, my employees have a way of, shall we say, working together. And he smiles. And they were able to swarm around this spy and capture him. He is now in the basement. So
Was
I
that a
have
play
someone.
on pack tactics?
Yes, it was. It absolutely was a play on pack tactics.
Kobold swarm.
Mm-hmm.
How funny would that be if Lou was actually just a swarmkeeper ranger and his employees are just
Are
mini
his swarm?
kobolds?
That's great. I haven't statted Lou out yet, so I might have to.
You thought it was 3 kobolds in a trench coat. No, it's
No.
30,000 bees in a 3-piece suit.
In a very fabulous suit.
He keeps them in his hat. Well, Lou, where are you keeping this guy?
The basement.
He's in the basement, tied up.
Oh, perfect.
Can we also multiple questions. Of course we want to talk to him, but I think it would be prudent to also look at the area of the theft and where the break-in occurred. And also details on what this painting is and its significance.
Well, that I can definitely go into great detail on. I have lots of information and why this is of a sensitive nature. You'll understand. Um, so, Before we go any further, however, the spy that is downstairs works for an organization you probably won't be too thrilled about hearing.
Gilmore's?
Why do you have a problem with Gilmore?
It's Simon, isn't it?
Oh no, Gilmore is a lovely, lovely gentleman. He shops here. He gets all his clothes from me.
It's not someone who works for Gilmore, right? Like a really
it the
weird,
Myriad?
awkward 19-year-old boy.
No. And he looks over at Sliver and he says, "Yes, the Myriad is who stole my painting.
Those fucking guys.
I
Hate those guys.
understand that your organization are rivals with them and they are trying to make a name for themselves here in this town. I will tell you this, what they stole is extremely valuable and they probably took it with a seller already in hand."
Wasn't the Myriad who that fucking lady was with? God damn it.
Prisoner 13 was Myriad.
Who?
Prisoner 13.
None of your concern.
It's on a
You can
need-to-know
tell-
basis.
You
Are
could
we-
tell that was very much Lou trying to just glean information, right?
Are we then to assume that the sensitive nature of this painting is such that there are people who should not own it?
I will explain to you about the painting as I understand it and its uses. This is a portrait. It is a work of a famed artist known as Dicey. And it was commissioned by the late Diane Gisthorne, a grand dame in the criminal underworld, as it were. This was centuries ago. The painting itself is actually sentient.
I don't like it.
No, no.
Who was the
In
lady who
what
commissioned
way?
it?
Nobody liked that.
That would be Deanne Gisthorne, a grand dame of the criminal underworld.
Yes. I believe she might have some historical significance with your organization.
Perhaps.
Do
But
I recall anything?
give me a history check.
I'll help you with that history check because I think I might know.
You can roll. He's helping, so roll again to simulate advantage.
Maybe we should have let the child who, has been in the class his entire life tell me. A 14.
So you have vague recollections of some of the leadership of the clasp in the past, and there might be someone that fits this description, but you can't place the name exactly.
Don't recognize her.
Does my background as basically a lifelong class member give me an advantage on this history check?
Absolutely.
Does my winning smile and dashing charm get me advantage on the check?
No.
Disadvantage.
Kid, you know that this woman is actually one of the founding members of the class from hundreds of years ago.
Oh,
amazing.
This painting is used as a simple eavesdropping tool.
That's useful.
What better than to have a painting sitting on the wall in your parlor and leave your guests there to talk amongst themselves?
You do learn a lot of things, Lou.
I do learn a lot of things here in the tailor shop.
How do you receive the information? Does the painting tell you, or do you have like a sending stone?
Oh, you can talk with it.
Oh, cool. Does it have a name?
Yes, it does. It does have a name. Flipping
Right.
pages real quick.
Sorry.
Nope. The gentleman inside the painting is known as Constantore. He is a beautiful courtier. If you remember, this was the lovely painting of the gentleman that was right here in my shop.
Yeah, I remember for sure.
Um,
He was
I
a
paid
lovely
attention.
gentleman.
he
Two of us
is.
certainly don't remember that painting.
I don't remember being here.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand how you guys don't remember being here.
It was episode 1. I will
Oh no,
say that.
Justin remembers.
Gotcha. Um, the
Being here was a tool.
Constantore is a bit of a braggart and kind of full of himself, but he can be persuaded and has been for years with me to provide information and been a valuable asset, let's say. So,
Would
in
you
the
think
wrong
that
hands, however, I would hate for the Myriad to be able to place this portrait where they could use it.
But wouldn't
Would you
they have
think-
to also like negotiate with him?
Sure, but that could easily be done.
Oh, okay.
He's a bit full of himself. He's a braggart. He's easily manipulated.
Mm.
would this painting object to them taking him, or
Depends on where they put him. He's
Hmm.
probably not happy tonight because he's probably sitting under a tarp, which is his least
yeah.
favorite thing in the world.
And do you think the painting remembers all the things that he's told you?
Perhaps.
Could it tell them everything it's ever told anyone?
I imagine it could spew all sorts of information it has. It is a sentient being. Does your grandfather tell stories?
I don't like the idea of my grandfather telling stories of the founding of my secret society to our rival organization.
Exactly.
I do also wonder if maybe
I would love to talk to the guest in your basement.
Me too.
It just smiles a smile. It doesn't get all the way to his eyes.
Right.
I'll investigate the break-in up here.
I was hoping you would.
That would be great, Tarlin.
I was hoping you would offer your services in questioning my guest.
Shrina high fives, kid.
It may be beneficial to have me there to the authenticity of what he says.
I got an idea, Tarlin. We cut, you heal, keep it rolling.
That's horrible.
That's the point.
It's interrogation tactics.
I can just
Called
tell
me
him to tell us the
barbarian.
truth. Pretty easy.
Who doesn't love war crimes?
The Dawn Father?
Would you rather torture him, or would you rather just have him tell us all the stuff?
I mean,
I
hopefully
mean,
we
a
don't
little
have
torture.
hopefully we don't have to torture him. I just really want him to believe that it is on the table. Because it very much is.
Tell you what, if we go down there, I can just make him tell us everything, and if that doesn't work, by all means, start taking fingers.
I
You're
should
way
probably
too
not be listening to
nonchalant
this.
with that kind of stuff.
Lou says, "I think my part in this is."
I will say, like,
till you're done with your questioning.
do you have a sense of who might be in a position to buy something like this?
Oh, I don't. I would imagine that if they know what they have, either the buyer is very wealthy or their organization wants it for themselves.
I think if they know what they have, they would be inclined to keep it.
I do say I did ask for you all since I knew who you worked for, but I also knew who he worked for, and I knew there was a rivalry that would spark the right reaction. I hope you're not offended by me manipulating you in that way, but I'd much rather see this in the hands of even your organization versus theirs.
So hey,
As
Lou.
I
Sure.
am as I am a patron of this city, and I know that your organization has proven itself to care for the citizens of Vermont.
There
Oh
are
yeah,
many
absolutely.
times where our organizations do find themselves in alignment, and it will be very nice to know that we have a favorable face here in the city.
A really awesome hat.
Mr. Lou,
Thank
look,
you.
I'm saving up to buy an airship. So how much is in it for us if we find and bring back old Constantori?
Um, I am prepared to pay you 2,000 gold pieces.
Make it 2,500.
You don't have to teach somebody how to haggle.
That was a very rude gesture, my friend.
I know, I was just kidding, but I think you should make it 2,500.
Yesterday
Well,
was his birthday.
No, no. I know how
I
much
mean, it
this
was.
painting's worth. This
Flipper, I
painting
gotta
is
say,
worth
I'm
millions.
proud of you for trying to figure out who you are.
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet, Garrick.
I don't know about that.
Kid Ashrina.
I will see what I can do about the 2,500.
Could
Perfect.
you make it 2,500 and I can come get free clothes occasionally?
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
Nope, you missed your chance to haggle. It's my
No, I
turn
didn't.
now.
We're not finished. I said I need a vest.
I tell you what, my work is very valuable in and of itself.
Yep.
I will offer you 2,000 gold pieces, as I stated. However, I will offer you either your choice, one completely free outfit, head to toe, sky's the limit, or a 20% discount forever. Either way.
Can I
Hmm.
trade both of those things for a secret in the future?
I'm sure we could do that.
Great.
Lou, I ask you this only because it might be relevant, not because I'm trying to get into your business. Have you ever spoken to this painting and where he has basically told you things that he's heard in the store that were myriad related?
Uh, I have heard a couple of things about the Myriad, um, that they have set up a guild house here in town, but I don't know its location.
Okay. I was just thinking off chance they found out that the painting may have overheard them and was trying to confiscate it so nobody would find out what they were saying. Just a thought.
How would they know? The painting is normally just quiet and sitting there and looks like a painting.
Somebody knew what it did.
Sure, but knowing that they overheard it, I don't know. It could be that any one of my customers is a member of the Myriad and they saw it on the wall and recognized it for what it is.
Mm.
There are experts that would be able to tell simply by the image of the gentleman on the painting. But they would have to
How
be a
is it?
very specific historian to know that.
How is it that this painting came into your possession to begin with?
Aha, that, my friend, would cost you.
That's the secret you'll get later.
If you want that to be your secret later, we'll see upon your return of my painting.
Do you
I
know of
can't give
any
away everything.
replicas, duplicates, obviously not the sentience part, but paintings that basically looked like him that don't have the magic powers that this one did?
Not that I am aware of.
I was
I
thinking
do
maybe a
believe it is
swap
a
of
one of
some
a
kind, but
kind.
okay.
Was anything else taken, or was this the only object of the break-in?
This was it.
Because I assume that this is not, and again, not to pry, but I assume that is not the only valuable object in this establishment.
Not even remotely. And his eyes very specifically do not look at anything in the room.
Hard respect. That's a man who knows his
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
All right, let's go talk to this chap, shall we?
One more thing, please, if you don't mind, Mr. Liu. Now, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I just want to say the clasp would probably love to get their hands on this painting too.
I know, and that's a risk I took contacting you. I understand I may never see this painting again if you all choose to take it and hand it over to your superiors. I might even make a suggestion that you should do that. I hope you don't. But again, what was I to do? Contact the watch?
Do you think we
No.
could, as part of our deal, maybe make it a clause that any interesting information that your friend might hear get shared with both our organization and yours? That
Took the
way
thoughts right out of my head.
you get a painting back and we get use of said painting. It's a win-win for everyone.
Now, I must say, young miss, that you should get a promotion in your
I
organization.
know. That's what I've been saying for a while.
That is some upper level thinking right there. I
Listen.
think we could come to an arrangement,
Okay.
especially if information goes in two directions.
Well, like you said, I don't have a promotion. So I can't promise any returned information, but I can promise a returned paint.
We'll try to speak to the white people.
That is all I can ask at this point.
I'll think about the second half of your offer, whether I want a full outfit or 20%. You are an expensive man, but a sky's the limit outfit for free?
Mhm.
That's really tempting. So let me noodle on that and I'll get back to you. I have some other things I'd like to discuss about potential use on this painting, but we'll talk about that another time.
Look, I do not have the means to go retrieve this painting from the people that hold it. That is where I need your help. If you want to have a negotiation once it is in your hands, I totally understand.
Yeah, I honestly, it's more so that one's more of a personal request, but I think it'll be beneficial for everyone as well. So I think it'll be in our favor. So we'll talk about it when we have the painting. Until then, let's go meet our new friend.
Yeah.
Hey, kid.
I clapped. Yeah, Tarlin.
I was about to clap you on the shoulder.
Beat you to it. But go ahead.
Reach his shoulder.
Good luck.
Oh, nice.
I sort of look down at him and I say, I promise I won't make you party to anything you'll have to apologize to the Dawnfather for later.
Don't worry, the Dawnfather's watching, and I cast Enhance Ability Charisma on you. So you have advantage on all charisma checks for an hour.
Nice.
All right.
And I'm
So
not going downstairs.
yeah, so Lou comes over and goes, "Let me show you the window."
let me see where it got broken into.
Yes. Though I do like Sliver's suggestion of trying magic first. I
Good
think I
cop,
think
bad cop.
well, you know, violence doesn't necessarily solve all problems, but sometimes the threat of violence can go a long way. So let's just see where we get here.
Oh yeah, you don't just go in cutting fingers off. Start.
You start with fingernails.
I've interrogated plenty of
Wow,
people
that is a
before.
really high up window they came in.
We all go in different directions.
Have you ever
All right.
done paper cuts under the fingernails?
All right,
Just saying.
I know that the two rogues are going downstairs. What is Garrick and Courtney going to do?
I mean, I don't think Garrick would be much help looking at the break-in, so he's going to go downstairs too.
Okay. Sliver, you're going to go try your magic downstairs?
Downstairs, yep.
Okay. So the four of you head down, and Tarlin, Lou puts on a pot of tea and discusses the break-in. And if they hear any weird noises coming, he gets louder to try to cover any noise as what goes on downstairs. As you enter down the basement, you see there's racks of all these gorgeous fabrics and whatnot. And in the middle of the room, there's a small lantern lit, wick trimmed down really low. And you see tied to a chair with multiple different scraps of fabric wrapped around this guy is a human male, looks to be about, maybe mid 20s or, mid to late 20s, partially balding, pretty scruffy looking guy. He's got a big wad of fabric tied around his mouth, tight. It's all sopping wet from his saliva from his mouth. And stepping out of the shadows as you walk down, there are two kobolds who see you, nod, and go upstairs.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
He's just wide-eyed looking at you.
Oh, don't be worried. Don't you even bother worrying your little self. You're so cute.
His eyes are flickering from one of you to the next of you, trying to figure out who the four of you are.
I pinch his cheek. Hi. I want to introduce us to you. My name is Roscoe. Lovely to meet you. Hang on. I'm going to take your gag out in just a sec. I'm Roscoe. I point over to Garrick. This is my scary friend Pete. He doesn't look scary right now, but trust me, he is.
It probably looks scary.
This over here, I point to Ashrina, is, I think real hard, Susanna.
There's subtext there.
And this guy right here, this guy over here, he doesn't really have a name. We don't call him anything. He doesn't speak much either. But you don't want to get him mad.
I just smile.
I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to do unsettling words.
Before you do that,
yep.
Before you do that, make a deception check with what you just said, since you did just lie your face off.
Oh yeah. That's a 29.
Not 20.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, he absolutely believes every word you just said.
Greetings, I'm God.
Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to take the gag out of your mouth. We're not going to hurt you. Not unless you don't tell us exactly what we need. And we're going to ask you some questions about the missing painting. We know who you are and who you're working with, but we need to know all the specifics because we're going to go get it back. So you're going to be real nice, and you're going to tell us exactly what we need, and then we'll call it a day. Okay? Okay? Nod your head.
Kind of nods a
If
little
you
bit. His eyes are
fantastic.
real wide.
Susanna, would you mind removing the gag so our friend here can talk to us?
I'll take out one of my daggers and kind of flip toss it into the air and then cut the back of the gag.
Oh,
Oh, that's too bad. Now don't start talking yet. Oh no.
oh.
Because unfortunately she cut the gag, so we can't use that gag again. And if we don't want you talking, you really shouldn't say anything. If you do, we'll have to come up with a different reason, a different way to keep you from talking. Capiche? All
While
right.
you're talking, I'm slowly walking around behind, and I'm just come to rest directly behind him.
Breathing heavily.
Eric draws his rapier and looks at the tip and says to Sliver, almost like nonchalantly, this would be a lot easier. We could just kill him and have the cleric upstairs ask him questions.
Yeah, well, I told him we weren't going to hurt him, remember?
Did you promise?
I look at the guy in the chair and wink. We're not going to hurt you, bud. So now you can talk. What's your name?
Oh. They call me Grinky.
Grinky?
Well, what's your real name? And not what they call you. What's your name?
Eugene.
All right. Hey, why do they call you Grinky? That's kind of a cool name.
I don't know. That's what they've been calling me for years.
Okay, Eugene.
I prefer Grinky.
It's Herbert.
All right,
Okay,
Eugene.
There are a myriad of better nicknames.
Hey.
You say that, and he just his eyes flash to you and look down.
I'm going to use one of my bardic inspirations and use unsettling words. So any save that he makes is going to be minus whatever I roll.
Okay.
So I'm rolling a d8. So whatever he does, did it not roll? Come on.
You gotta throw it in the chat.
Yeah, it's going all over the place, but it's not going in the chat. There
There
we
it
go.
goes. Oh, hell yeah.
-8.
Damn, -8. All right.
And now I'm going to cast suggestion on him.
What kind of saving throw is that?
That is a wisdom save
At
of
-8.
14. 14 minus 8. And I'm going to say, while you're rolling it, you're going to tell us all the stuff we really want to know. You really, really will be happier if you tell us everything.
All right. So he rolled a 2 with a modifier of +0, -8.
I don't think he passed.
No.
Does a -6 hit?
Does a -6 make the DC?
Oh,
He
go.
is obviously suggested. So the suggestion was tell
He's
us
going to tell
everything
us
you
everything
know.
we want to know.
Right.
Tell
So
us everything we want to know.
And is this the wording of suggestion? Is it is he finished with the compelling once? Like what ends it?
8 hours later.
8 hours?
Yeah.
Either 8 hours or until he does what he was suggested to do.
Oh, well, you said everything he knows. So you have everything you want to know from this guy for 8 hours.
Right. So yeah,
He's like,
anybody who wants
he's like, I'm going to tell you what you want to know. I just have to say, this is the single most effective interrogation I have ever been a part of. Using the kid, he looks at the four of you. Using the young kid to do this, brilliant. Just simply brilliant. It makes it all the much more scary.
Insight check. Is he trying to butter us up?
he
I don't
better
think he
not
can.
be.
Never
I
know.
don't think so.
That's all I'm
No,
gonna
he's
let be
telling
able-
us what we want to hear.
Yeah.
That's true.
Gotcha. Sure.
100% telling what we want to hear. 100%.
Okay.
What's your mom and dad's? They alive? Where do they
Uh,
live?
My parents do. They live in the Dock District. Doris and Wilson. are
Last
their
name?
names. Britworth.
Cool. Okay.
Writing that down in
Collateral
our notes.
damage, you know? You just gotta just in
You
case.
could, you could see he winces a little bit because he had to tell you that, and he didn't want to.
Good job. All right.
Kind of lean into his ear and in a very croaking voice. Do you love your parents?
He
Oh
kind
my
of just,
god!
he kind
Poor
of just
thing.
shivers a little bit, and he goes, "Yeah, they're good people."
Good thing we left the cleric upstairs.
I'm getting collateral emotional damage.
Eric is just staring at kid like he doesn't know how to. He doesn't
was
want to
right-
screw up the interrogation, but he is clearly not
I was-
comfortable with what just happened.
And he,
I was
he looks
raised wrong.
and he looks at Sliver, and he says, could you tell your friend that's not supposed to talk much that he's not being quiet enough?"
For legal reasons, Sean, Jack, and I don't actually interrogate people in real life.
Start.
Or do they?
We are a signatory to the Geneva Conventions.
So hey, Eugene, who was with you when you stole the painting?
I didn't steal it. I was just watching. I was on guard. I was outside watching to see if any police were going to come. I had a whistle I was supposed to blow. I think one of the kobolds took the whistle when they jumped me. But I didn't go in.
Cool. Where's the painting right at this minute?
I assume it went to the guild house.
Where's
Give us
that?
the address.
Mm-hmm.
The guild house. It is in the central district. It is off of Withering Way. It is the 7th building from the intersection of Withering Way and oh, what's the name of that cross street? And you could tell he's honestly struggling trying to remember it. I mean, it's Withering Way and Elm Street, Withering Way and Elm, 7th on the left-hand side. Yeah.
Nice. Who sent you? Name the person who sent you.
That would be our guild master,
Name him.
Dusk.
Wow. That's a cool name. Are you friends with Dusk?
Not really. She's pretty nasty. She's a trained assassin. She's got lots of powerful political connections too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Dusk. When is the best time to go in there when there's really the fewest people?
Well, at the guild house, I mean, by late evening, most guild members have gone to sleep. The senior guild members kind of bully all the younger members to take the late night watches so that they get to, have a normal life.
Right. Hey, what are they going to do with that painting? What's the big idea here?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're planning to sell it or if they're planning to keep it. I have no idea.
How many people were with you?
There were 4, I think. 4 others plus me.
What is the best way to get into this guild house undetected?
Oh, undetected. I don't know. That's pretty hard. The windows of the guild house are boarded up, and usually the doors are locked. Only some members have keys. I know the guild master, of course, has a key. Elix has a key. He's one of their lieutenants. Jaymont has a key, another one of the lieutenants. There's a master of ravens, Gwish, kind of deals with all the comings and goings of, information with our raven in the roost. He might have keys. I'm not sure.
How do you get in?
Oh, I knock.
Oh, do you have
And
a
he
special
knocks,
knock?
and he knocks a pattern that's easily repeatable. But if you really want your best bet, I mean, Elix likes to hang out at a tavern called the Tipsy Tankard. You might be able to waylay him there and get his key.
Okay.
Oh, that's not great. But so in a completely different voice that's a 14 on a performance check, I would like to whisper, how many guild members?
Good question.
I'm down, Batman.
Good question that Scott should have thought of looking up before the session.
A number.
Probably an
Roll a
integer.
D100.
I hope it's an
Likely-
integer. Good lord.
Likely positive.
He does say that
-6.
that there's a lot of comings and goings, so it could vary depending on what's going on because we've got agents, kind of throughout the whole city.
Is there a way for
But
someone?
I do know. Hold on, I do know
Uh-huh.
that staying on site are the 4 I've mentioned: Dusk, Gwish, Jaymont, and Elix. Usually, there's a handful of others, maybe 6, maybe 8, the most, that are there at any given time. I don't get to stay there. I'm not high enough ranked. I just work for these folks, and I'm not even a full-fledged member yet.
Do you know if there's a way do you know if the people who come and go, they always know those people, or could it just be anyone and there's a secret handshake that says, "Hey, I'm Myriad."
I mean, I was told the specific knock.
Okay.
So I assume that that's what other people have told. Whether my knock is different than anyone else's, I don't know.
Guess that's fair. That's fair. Tipsy Tankard. Okay.
If they did take it to the guild house, is there a specific place within that they would probably keep something like that?
I mean, I would guess that it's either on the guildmaster's quarters, which are on the second floor, or second floor in the tower of the guild house. There's a tower attached to it, or possibly hidden in the basement. I would imagine that would be the 2 places it would be.
Okay.
As far as I know.
A little off topic, but humor me. Do you know if Myriad has any double agents implanted in the clasp?
I have no idea.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, do you have any clasp agents?
We
You
have
don't
friends
get
who are
to ask
clasp
questions.
agents,
I'm sorry.
and that's as much information you should get out of me.
I got you. I'm gonna die, aren't I?
Oh,
Hey.
I mean, not necessarily. We know who your parents are, and I promise you this. If you ever say a word to anybody, your parents are going to know. And then you're going to know.
I told you that they weren't all that nice, but they always tell the truth. When they say they're going to do something, these three always do it. I'm the one that really kind of bends the truth a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wouldn't mention this to anybody and if you really love your parents.
So Lou, based on these tracks, looks like there was about 4 people.
That was my assessment as well.
I'm sure your parents are very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I,
What?
I understand. Yes. Yes.
So tell us more. Tell us what we need to know to get in there, take the painting, and leave. Everything you can think of. Just keep it coming.
Have they ever told you what to do if the hideout were attacked? Is there an exit you would use?
I'm not privy to any of that information, but I can draw you a rough map.
That would
Heck
be
yeah.
very
Huh,
helpful.
what a convenient thing that you can do.
I mean, I don't have anything on me to do that with.
I'm sure we can
Oh.
find something.
Oh yeah. Mrs. Shrina, you got that cool purse. I'm sure you got paper and a pencil in there.
I don't. I'll run upstairs. Lose a clothing designer. I'll run upstairs. Hey Lou, you got like a crayon or something a crayon and like a piece of paper or a pencil, something dull.
Tarlin's just over in the side and he just holds up a quill.
Paper?
Holds up a scroll case with paper in it.
I'll go run over and take those. Hey, thanks. And then I'll run back downstairs.
Hey, look, right here on my inventory. Cartographer's tools, parchment, ink pen.
So Lou would have been gathering what looked to be like wax pencils and stuff that he
Charcoal,
uses and charcoal and things like that he uses to draw on fabrics to cut them and stuff.
I'll
But
take the charcoal over the quill. I don't want this guy to try and stab me.
fair enough. You get back down with it. He's like, I'm gonna need more than just my mouth, as he's tied to the chair.
Me too.
Which one's your dominant hand?
I write with my right hand.
Cool. I will untie his right hand only and keep the left tied behind his back.
Fair enough. So he starts frantically drawing. It takes him a little while, but he comes up with, hey, a handout. He comes up with a map.
Can you
Thanks,
also
Eugene.
Yeah. Can you also like clarify when we get to the intersection, like what direction? Like left is kind of relative to where you're
Right.
standing.
Yes. It's on the north side of the street.
Isn't it? I don't know directions. I was going to say, isn't north also relative, but it's technically not.
North is pretty
No.
fixed.
Be in fact a cardinal direction.
I don't know anything.
If
So-
north becomes unfixed, we're all in a lot of trouble.
It says if you're on Elm, you need to turn right onto Withering Way, and then it's on the north side of the street.
Okay.
I'll let one of them figure it out. Just wanted to make sure we exactly what house it was.
Because you read my comment.
I mean, yes.
You're not in the basement.
Drinky, you've been so goddamn helpful. Unbelievable. We're going to come up with some more questions. We might be here for a while. But you know what, bud? I need to step out. And I pull Kid to the side. Kid, I need to talk to you for a sec.
Yeah. What's up?
I think that this is the kind of thing that my master would want to talk to me about immediately. This is some intel that the class probably doesn't have right now. And I think I'm going to have to. I mean, you guys got this, right? I think I'm going to have to bounce. I got to go talk to the master.
I
I
think
mean,
we should probably all go talk to him. I think that we absolutely need to check in with the spiraling 100%. This isn't something we act on our own.
okay.
Sean, you
Alright,
missed the
sure.
cue.
But I
Alright.
sort of look at the door, but if it would make you feel better to get a head start.
Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I think I need to talk to him privately for a few seconds before you guys come. But if you can take care of this without me, go for it. And I'll be there as quick as I can. You know what I would do. I'd bullshit my way in there.
I sort of
Here.
clap him on the shoulder and I say, we'll be along shortly.
Here, I whip this cloak off and I say, give this to Garrick. He can look as camouflaged, as invisible as you want to in this cloak. It can be anything. Take it, use it.
Okay. Should we meet you at the bakery, or do you want to reconvene at the Vagabond before we go to the guild house?
Play it by ear. It depends on what the master says. I don't know if I'll be available.
Fair enough.
They may come down hard on this place, but it might not be yet. So if he needs me to stick around and plan on how to take this whole guild house down, then you'll be heisting without me.
Makes sense.
Know what
Do
I
what you
mean?
got to do.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm
Eugene.
gonna put the cloak back into the party sheet so Garrick can take it.
Okay.
And Jack, when Sliver is on his way out, I assume he would
Yep.
say bye to Tarlin.
Absolutely.
Tarlin, knowing that that's what you're doing, just so that we have, metagame knowledge, a way to get you back into the story, I will prepare sending. And if we need backup, I will contact you magically.
Perfect. Mr. Tarlin, I'm probably the worst backup you could get, but yeah,
No,
I'll be there
I
for you.
would.
You know I
There's
would.
no one in this general vicinity that I would rather have as backup.
I look around.
It's you and Lou.
I get
And
it.
Lou is like,
Fair.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. I hope I can be back in time.
We'll
Okay.
try and save some of the best heisting for when you're with us.
Well, if there's anything in there about airships,
I will
pocketed
personally
for me.
steal it for you.
Thank you. You're the best. See ya. And I duck on out.
We're a bad influence on him.
We are all bad influences on him.
Hey, Eugene.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
You said you weren't a full-fledged member yet, right?
No, I'm not.
I come back over and I stand behind Eshrina and I put the cloak on and it just settles into just black. And I kind of put the hood up.
With
Oh,
the
it's not
big
creepy at
bat on
all.
the chest.
It's not creepy at all. It's not creepy at all. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think they know you've been captured, or do they just think you're else?
I'm guessing I haven't reported in. I was only supposed to watch this place until about midday today.
Hmm. Okay, so you probably are considered turned. So that part of my plan is out of
I
the
mean,
question.
they might think that I just went off and got drunk or something, but I don't know. I can't I'm not privy to their thoughts. I just know that I was supposed to check in and say coast is clear
Hmm.
or or
Have you missed
say
check-in before?
or say something like the watch came by, like I was here to make sure we had information on what was going to happen next from the point of view of the person we stole from. So
Right.
like you guys showing up would have been what I was on watch for.
Right. Have you, like he asked, have you missed watch before or missed check-in?
I mean, I've fucked up a few times. I'm not, perfect. I'm not.
So it's not
Hmm.
unheard of. They're not going to like have red hair stand up on the back of your neck because you didn't check in time.
I mean, I don't
Kind of
want to speak.
expected by now.
I don't want to speak for them. What would you do if one of your informants didn't show up?
Well, if he
I
did it a lot, I would just assume he's getting drunk again, which is the point I was trying to make. It's not going to make him. It's not going to seem out of the ordinary if you don't check in time.
What would they do if you don't check in? Do they come for you?
Um,
Bad boys, bad boys.
Usually, I get told that I did it wrong and that
hmm.
I was supposed to check in.
Maybe that's why you're not a
Good.
full-fledged member yet.
Maybe,
How
probably.
would you feel about a little proposition?
I don't really feel with his one arm still tied behind his back. He's like, I don't really feel like I'm in a place to negotiate, but
Good
I-
answer.
I'm here to listen.
Um, so maybe possibly you could be a double agent, little mole on the inside. Hmm? You think?
I mean,
And if
sure.
and if you rat me out, rat us out, rat our organization out, get found out, get in, you know, give me bad information. I know who and where your parents live.
You've made that abundantly clear.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe your parents like all of their appendages attached to their body.
Uh,
Shrina, you don't
you've
have to
been
be so
made.
graphic with them.
You've made yourself very, very clear. I understand if I speak a word of you or any of your compatriots here or anything I know about what you're doing or who you are or anything that harm will come to my parents.
It sounds like you and I are going to be really good friends.
Uh-huh.
So,
So now
I think
I need you to tell me something very truthfully.
I'm
Are you
kind of compelled to.
capable? Are you capable of being a double agent? Can you lie to your boss?
I sure can try.
Ugh.
That doesn't sound very confident.
I mean, I wasn't, I was on lookout and apparently I got caught. I don't have a whole lot of confidence right now. Pardon me, as I'm sitting here being interrogated by some really scary fucking people.
I mean, we can always like work on it, right? We can help train you to be a better agent. I mean, we know somebody who could help whip him into shape.
We have about 15 minutes to whip him into shape. That's a real fast training montage.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
I don't need you to do anything right now. I'm just thinking like maybe if we let you go about your life as your little myriad agent self, and you come back and you give me information when you know, you give us information about the goings ons of your organization. And what we do with that is none of your business. But, you know, Just a little tit for tat. You live, I get information.
Yes, yes.
Who do you check in with?
Well, actually, usually it's Elix.
And you would check in at this drinking dolphin or whatever?
The Tipsy Tankard. I mean, that's where he frequents. I would usually just give him what I was tasked to do. So, like tonight, I was supposed to go by there and tell him what I saw today.
So he's
Maybe
there.
you should still do that.
So he's there now?
I mean, he goes there most nights.
But he's waiting for you.
He has other interests at the Tipsy Tankard.
I think we should let Eugene go talk to Elix and let him know that he saw nothing suspicious and he just was waiting for the heat to dissipate before leaving the area and that there's nothing to worry about and everything went perfectly well, nothing to be concerned about.
The watch should show up. The watch came. The police, they took a statement. They went away. Nobody else came. Can you tell that story?
Certainly try.
Where you go though, there's a couple symbols on the map I have to ask you about that aren't marked, but I'm kind of curious about. In the
Sure.
basement, there is an arrow pointing to a square or a box in one of the rooms, but there's no label on it. What is that? It's to the right of the stairs.
A moment. He's not taking this moment. I am.
Okay.
So don't read anything into my.
He's hesitating. I cut his throat.
All right then. Excellent.
No, my double agent.
No.
He's like, oh, that's a disgusting pool of water.
Like a permanent pool of water? Is it caused by a leak?
I don't know what it's for.
Okay. And the other one I'm curious about is the middle part. Looks like where it says Guild House's main floor. In between the building that's the main floor and the office, there's a little double circle. What is that?
Nipple.
Nipple.
Oh, that's the water well.
Okay. Does that lead anywhere besides the water? Is like is that another way in, or is that literally just water?
Honestly, I fetched a pail of water out of it once. It was fresh water.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know anything else about it.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm sure we will have other information that we will need from you. So, I would just hang tight for right now. We're gonna convene with some of our other friends, and then if we need anything else from you, let you know. But I think
Start rehearsing your story.
Yeah. You mind if I get some water?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I can have some water, or yes, you mind.
Yes,
Give him
I
some
mind.
water. Give him some water.
Let Garrett give him some water.
Yeah, we'll let Garrett give him some water.
When I go to give him some water, as I'm giving it to them, I lean over to him and very softly say, I know I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I promise you no harm will come to your parents. I won't let them do that.
My entire bargaining chip.
Yeah, you guys came down here with a paladin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
you leave the paladin and the cleric upstairs.
And he just kind of looks at you. And you could tell he's not sure he can trust your words.
I
But there-
point to.
But there is hope in his eyes.
Okay. Okay. And after I'm done, I'll put the water skin away and retreat.
On the way out, I'll kind of look at him and I'll just shake my head and I'll say, I don't really care about your parents. They're there and they're fine. But if you don't tell this story well, it will be the last story you ever tell. And I promise you that.
I will steel myself and work on it. Yes. Am I going soon?
Probably. I'd start
Honestly, the
rehearsing.
sooner he goes, the less suspicious this will be.
Yeah, well, we need to be ready to follow him. So right, because we are gonna hit Elix
Yeah, for the
We
key.
need his
then
key.
hit the
Yeah.
guild house. So we
Agreed.
have exactly the person we need, where we need him, expecting a meeting with this idiot. So I don't trust him to, and I'll tell you guys this when we go upstairs. I don't trust him to tell this story right. He clearly can't even be trusted to stand on a street.
I mean, there's a
So
reason he's not a full member yet. So
we're going to follow him. He's going to check in, and we're going to get the drop on the boss.
Yep.
I don't even think we give him a chance to really tell the story.
To be clear, this is his boss, not the boss.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. Just want to make
Right.
sure you're
Not
Yeah.
Dusk, the big bad.
Yeah, okay.
This is one of the lieutenant-y guys.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes, got it. Just making
I
sure
will-
that that was clear.
Yeah.
Very clear. Not the guildmaster.
I'll skip upstairs. Tarlin, I didn't kill anyone. I didn't even hurt anyone. Physically.
But- Garrick rolls his eyes and smirks and says, "It's the thought that counts."
So I can go down there and actually talk to him?
Yes.
No.
You
Just know that he is probably terrified. But you
Oh,
can
he's
speak-
definitely terrified.
Oh, good. I will happily whistle a tune and walk down the stairs.
Okay.
Looks like you're having a rough day, buddy.
Let's say that again. Yes.
Looks like
yes.
you're having a rough day,
Actually-
buddy.
Actually, he says, yes, I am having a rough day. Because he's compelled to say everything he knows.
Well, you've met my friends, and I hope you gave them sufficient information.
I answered everything they had.
Excellent. I just have one question for you. And I couldn't do that with them hovering. It was really awkward. Because I know that
His eyes get really, really fucking big right now.
yeah, Tarlin just cracks his knuckles a little bit, but he's not doing it intimidating. It's just like habit.
His eyes get really fucking big.
Did you take anything else?
I never came in here until I was dragged in by those kobolds.
Oh, okay. I wanted to find out if there was other valuable things that you guys had your eye on, because Lou didn't let us know. He was very secretive. I wanted to see if there was anything we might wanted to keep an eye on. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Cloak billows.
Less dramatically.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and you look really thirsty.
Oh.
Okay, bye.
Uh-huh. All right.
When Kid comes upstairs, the cloak will just kind of refashion into his standard sort of brown peasant's cloak. You know?
Right.
What did you guys do to him?
You wanted to be up here. You don't get to know the interrogation tactics if you don't want to be a part of them.
I just kind of smile at Tarlin. I asked him to meet his parents.
Oh. Not everybody has to be orphans, you guys.
He
Just
might
because
be-
you guys are.
Not an orphan.
Not yet.
You're gonna kill my mom?
No.
She made you a cake.
I meant him. He's not an orphan yet.
Oh, Okay.
You're not threatening your mom. Your mom's a saint.
She
I don't
really
want to know what
is.
methods. He seems sufficiently terrified. Do we have good intel?
Oh, yeah,
do.
great intel. Look, we have a map.
Can I have my pen back?
I gave you your pen back. I took a charcoal.
Can I get my paper back?
It has a map on it.
There were more
I-
sheets than one in there.
I only took the one.
Okay.
You have
And I
your
give him the map.
I'll roll it up with the other ones, put it in the map case so it stays dry.
He's
All right.
he's meeting a Myriad lieutenant named Elix at the tap dancing tankard.
It's in the notes, Sean.
Tipsy
I'm
tankard.
doing this on purpose. At this point. I am figuring out every alliteration except for the correct one. I am aware that it is Dixie tankard. I know this.
I was sitting here while Scott was talking, typing every word he
Oh yeah,
said.
no, there's a whole huge paragraph. I know the guy's name is Elix. I know the guildmaster's name is Dusk. I know it's the 7th house at the intersection of Elm Street. I also
The
know
windows are boarded up
it is
and
the
it's got a tower.
dancing dragon that we are going to right now. I am perfectly aware. All right, I know what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna he's gonna be our little double agent for a little while. You know, just keeps track on the Myriad.
He's going to go check in with his lieutenant and say that only the watch came tonight. And then we are hopefully going to take the key from the lieutenant and then figure something out about the guild house, hopefully quickly.
What's our plan for taking the key?
Well, while Dummy downstairs is checking in and chatting with his dude. I mean, he's in a bar. Just a little swippity swipe and on our way.
I smirk a bit and go, you know, kid, Shrina, I still have a pouch of dust of disappearance on me.
Me too.
That could help.
So, invisibility, pickpocketing.
And if all else fails, we start a bar fight.
Do we know what the key looks like? If it's
That's
certain
fair.
insignia?
Well, we can ask.
We don't want to get the outhouse key.
I mean,
that might be useful, but I take your point.
Yeah.
Or you could just take all the keys.
I was gonna say you might as well just take all of them. And honestly, who doesn't keep all of their keys on like a key ring? Who's just carrying around a bunch of loose keys?
And I do just want to say, like, point of order, it is a lieutenant of the Myriad. If he gets stabbed in a bar brawl,
Darn.
shucks. It's too bad.
Kid, I appreciate your
Just
spirit, but the only reason I'm bringing this up, not trying to be self-righteous here, I think that would bring us too much attention if that happened.
Not saying that we have to stab him. Just anyone could stab him.
I think you're thinking actually too small this time. It's a lieutenant of the organization that we all work for.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We don't work for him.
We don't work
No,
for him.
no.
Work
Lieutenant
against.
of the organization. Yeah. I don't think this person is seen again. He couldn't hold his liquor, and Roderick gets a new roommate.
I mean, if we honestly, Tarlin, Roderick
Dust of
probably
disappearance.
has. There's that too.
He's never seen again.
Literally. He would be good. I mean, if anybody had intel on that place that needed to be extracted, one of the lieutenants would definitely be the one.
Ashrina and myself will go get the cart. Garrick
Mm-hmm.
and Kid prep the guy downstairs. We'll meet at the Prancing Pony.
Tipsy tankard.
And out by the stables, we'll have the cart prepared with something to cover, and we do an exfiltration on Elix.
Or he
We can use our
drunkenly-
friend downstairs to get him to come outside.
Or he drunkenly starts stumbling home. A little dust of disappearance. He disappears. A little scuffle. He's in the cart.
Maybe something's a little bit extra in his drink.
Can do that too.
Okay.
If we can get them both incredibly drunk, singing shoulder to shoulder as they walk out, accidents happen.
I'm not sure our friend downstairs is Elix's bosom drinking companion.
No, but I mean, who can say no to a drinking challenge? I can look like anybody.
I could say no to a drinking challenge.
Well, you're kind of a square.
I've never been described as a square.
It's the new armor.
It's boxy, apparently.
It's very
it's the new
bulky.
armor.
See,
It
you're a square
widens you
because
out.
you're not around at the party.
Oh, I'm 5x5.
Negative inspiration, Sean.
I can always.
That's the etymology of the phrase. I didn't do that.
I can always, look like someone else, challenge this guy to a drinking competition. I mean, I've got all this fancy liquor on me. Maybe I, walk in. I've got 2 bottles, one of them with water, one of them with liquor, and we're taking shots, shot for shot. He gets drunk, we go outside. We kill
As the
him.
owner of an establishment, I would oppose you bringing in outside alcohol to a paid establishment.
Well, I mean, I can always also
Let me go talk to
The thing is,
Alistair.
we don't know what Elix is going to do after the check-in. He is a drunkard, yes, but he may leave immediately. He may get drunker. He may not believe our friend downstairs, get suspicious and leave. We don't really know how Elix is going to react. So
And we don't have a ton of time.
We don't.
We have a couple of plans. We could spike his drink. We could get him into a drinking contest. We could jump him in the alley outside. There are a lot of ways to make a person disappear. We just need to figure out what he's going to do and then disappear him.
Okay.
I don't think we can decide exactly without knowing how he's going to respond.
It's currently 8 p.m. and the gentleman downstairs would have divulged that when he goes to the Tipsy Tankard, that he is often there till midnight or later.
Okay.
Cool. So the Merry
And
Mermaid
some
is gonna be
nights
right.
he doesn't even make it back to the guild house.
Perfect.
He would have.
So as
divulged
long
that.
as he's not made suspicious by the check-in, he is likely to be allowed, and we are likely to be able to deal with him there.
Probably.
Okay, that's good to know.
Extract passphrases, extract keys. Because
Yeah, we need to disappear him, but we need to, when we do disappear him, we can keep him for information, but the longer he's disappeared, the less valuable he is, and the more we lose the element of surprise. So he might be a useful resource later on down the road, but once we hit him, we have to go to the guild house almost immediately. Because we have one night to get it done.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I would say 2.
If he doesn't show up in the morning, that becomes suspicious at that point. He stays out all night, but he is a lieutenant that lives there. He staggers home drunkenly in the morning.
And Ashrina can make herself look like anyone.
So
Sure
maybe he
can.
does stagger home drunkenly in the morning.
There we go.
All right. Well, let's go get the cart.
Yep.
Did you prep the witness? I'm gonna go talk to Alistair and see if he knows of any herbs or something that we could slip into his drink to enhance the effects of alcohol so he gets drunk faster.
I'm proficient in poisonings. So
Do you know of any poisons that do that?
actually, I think I do. The only ones I have prepared right now, I have a truth serum and I have one that does a lot of damage. So I will
Did
look
you
for
say
one.
truth serum?
That is what
Yeah.
he said. Yes.
That's what I said.
There you go.
Is that the one you were looking for?
Kinda,
I'm
sorta,
not
yeah.
sure. I'm not sure about enhancing the effects of alcohol. It's possible, and I
Well,
would
to be
probably
fair,
know
you're
if
very
there
truthful
was.
when you're drunk, so that just makes it better.
To be fair,
Oh, yeah. You weren't at the prison when we used truth serum.
You're right, it wasn't.
We
No.
spiked the prisoner's food.
So as the cart is getting brought around and as you are preparing the witness, Sliver, you went off to go talk to your boss.
Yep.
What do you do?
I go through all the proper checks and knocks and secret doors and sliding bricks and whatever it takes, and I wind up at home.
He is
Um,
sitting down to his late evening meal.
I bow to him, Master. Something interesting has come to our attention.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So, have you eaten?
I had a lot of cake earlier, but I could. It's not important. Let me just get to what I'm. Is it okay to tell you what's on my mind?
Of course.
Okay. This kobold guy who runs a tailor shop, he makes clothes. He called us over because he was. Remember, I told you he was the guy who set us up with clothes and so
Yes,
we could.
I'm familiar
that
with
museum.
Lou and his shop Aura.
Yeah, so he called us over there because he saw our clasp symbols when we were getting all decked out way back when. Anyway, he called us in there and he thought
He
we
kind of
might.
growls at that a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Not mad at you, just thinking of Lou. Like,
Anyway, so something was stolen. It's a picture of a portrait that hangs on his wall. Looks like a painting, but you can talk to it and it listens to things in the room. He uses it to eavesdrop on customers and gathers tons of information on these people. Well, that painting, it was commissioned by one of the ladies who started the clasp. I think he said her name was Lady Giththorn. Anyway, it's been around for a long time. You may even know it. The name of the painting is called Constantori, and that's the picture, the man in the picture. Anyway, you can talk to him. He talks back. This painting was stolen by the fucking Myriad. They caught a dude, and he was in the basement. And Master, you should see what I did to this guy to make him. He was shitting himself. Now, sorry, I don't want to brag, but I did exactly what you told me. It's all because of you. He told us everything we need to know. We've got a map of the guild house where they're hiding, and probably where the painting is. And so the gang is making a move right now. And I figured that you would want to know this stuff right up front, because I thought we might take them down anytime we want to with this information.
He pauses as he's about to say something and he catches himself. And he stops and he looks at you and he says, I need to take you to meet someone. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
That was a good one. Thanks, guys. Y'all did great.
A -6. I rolled a -6.
Be gay, do war crime.
That's literally Ashrina's life motto. Also, hey CIA, if you're hiring for an interrogator, I'm your gal.
That was some fantastic stuff.
We have great respect for everybody's parents.
Yes.
And we hope that they all sleep very
Hope everybody's
well
parents
tonight
are healthy and
soundly,
happy.
and I hope that they are all in good health and remain so. Until
And
the kid
any
comes
young
visits.
women, any young ladies who were offended by our role play about dating people, that's not really what we do. Please rest easy.
Yeah, we don't
We're
date
not
anybody.
stalkers. That's true.
It's true.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Coming up, we are still in the process of putting together our last couple of authors for our author adventures one shot that Justin's going to be running. 5 indie authors playing their main characters in a D&D one shot. Super excited for this coming up. In addition to the continued adventures of these misfit adventurers here in Finding Purchase. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
I'll probably throw up a dorky decision sometime this week, too.
Yeah, let's do it.
Talk with some people. Later.
Let me know.
Later.